What's going on, you brothers? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, back again for yet another classic live stream. Before I go any further, can you brothers let me know how my audio is? Press A1 in the chat if you can hear my audio loud and clear. Okay? Before I go any further, how's my audio, brothers? Am I coming in loud and clear? Okay? How's the audio? Mayday, Mayday, Conrad Grant, thank you for confirming. Marvin Lloyd, thank you for confirming. Will Cook, appreciate you both for confirming. Thank you, brothers. Fantastic. Let's get straight into it. Thomas Demihin, the GOATs, thank you for confirming, brother. Awesome, awesome. We got Thomas back in the building. Welcome back, Thomas. So, brothers, welcome back to another classic live stream. I am your host, your gracious host, Mr. International Passport, back again for yet another classic. I want to say first and foremost, a huge thank you to those who have supported this channel over the past 8 years. Your appreciation, your gratitude, and your support is greatly appreciated. And of course, welcome aboard the new subscribers and new viewers. I accept you and I embrace you with open arms into the international passport movement. So let's get straight into it, brothers. You know, when you come in, hit the like button as soon as possible. Okay, get those likes up. We got 21 people watching right now. I got to see 21 likes. Get the likes up, okay? Hit the super chats, hit the cash app, and of course, join the Patreon. That'd be greatly appreciated, brothers. So tonight we'll be speaking about Swedish woman, and like the title says, right? Swedish women show brothers too much love, but don't wife them up. My experience with Swedish women. We have a very special guest here today called Mr. Mo. How you doing, Mo?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you, IP, for inviting me. I have done a stream with you for Iceland, and I'm very honored to get a chance to do another stream for Sweden. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother, for coming on the channel to give us more Scandinavian intel. And looking forward to hearing what goes out there in Sweden. And brothers, I've just dropped the explicit version of this stream on the Patreon, which is incredible. So join the Patreon Diamond tier to hear the explicit version of this live stream regarding Swedish woman. So let's get straight into it. Mo, do you mind giving us a brief intro into who you are, what you are, where you're from, what you do, and anything interesting about you, brother?
Hello, everyone. Sorry, my name is Mo. I'm from Canada, from Eastern Canada, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I'm a junior dentist, so I just started working actually. And in my free time, I like to go to the gym, powerlift, lift heavy weights. It keeps me focused. It keeps me on my purpose. And also, I like to travel. Interestingly, I'm actually going to Sweden again next week, to visit, not for the women, not for anything else, not even for the sites, just to visit my friend's father who was sick. But yeah, I'm gonna be visiting Sweden after that. After like maybe in October, I'm gonna go to Norway. I'm gonna go to Finland. I'm gonna go to a few countries. I'm even gonna go to Croatia too, because that stream for Croatia was really amazing. But yeah, that's my. I live a pretty normal life because I gotta work and treat a bunch of patients and work on people's nasty mouths, stinky mouths. But other than that, other than that, like I'm living a decent life, and yeah, I'm just happy to be part of the community. To be honest, like I really enjoy listening to all the streams and in my free time when I'm going to the gym. Sometimes when I'm running, when I'm walking, like when I'm driving, I just listen to the streams. Even some of the streams that were done like a while ago, I listen to them again just because I really like the community. So like once again, I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much, Mo. So let's get straight into it, Mo. Where were you in Sweden, brother? What city?
So I was in Stockholm. When I landed, I first went to Stockholm because that's the main city. Stockholm is like generally an international city. You can say there's a lot of different people there. A lot of people know about the city. A lot of people heard about the city, even if they haven't visited. But then after a few days, I kind of got a little bit bored, so I decided to go to Malmo. And in Malmo, it's really nice because you get to see people coming in from Copenhagen. So I was in Sweden and I was also in Malmo.
Fantastic, brother. So, brother, I'm gonna send you the money making question, brother. The most important question in the history of YouTube and on this channel. Are the women in Sweden checking heavy for brothers?
Absolutely,
Damn.
absolutely, absolutely. I'll be honest, it has gotten to a level that some of them they check for the brothers a bit too much,
Whoa,
and as a
whoa,
brother, yeah.
pause right there, brother. You telling me that they check for brothers too much? Is that a
Well,
bad thing, bro? Damn.
well, sometimes because you feel like you're just a piece of meat. You know, like when women complain, they're like, "Oh, I'm not a piece of meat that you can just use." You know, a lot of these women like they have how do I say this? They have very interesting fetishes or interesting cult mindset when it comes to brothers, you know. If you go on Twitter, if you go on certain websites, you can even because I didn't know about this until one of the women, two of the women that I was speaking to in Sweden, that was telling me about like she has certain friends and she knows certain very like very quiet low key communities or people, women, group of women who have fantasies and have like weird global theories about race mixing and all that stuff and they love brothers way too much. Like I was getting a lot of love, and to be honest, I did not have to lift any finger. Um, when I was in Sweden, especially when I was in Malmo, it reminded me of this famous guy who's a playboy, Dan Bilzerian. I think one time he gave a story. He said that because he's so famous and he has a lot of clout and powerful, he was able to be with a girl without even speaking to her. Like literally, he just points and she pointed, and then they did the deed. So that's exactly how I felt when I was in Malmo, for example. I was just walking around and I was entering like different establishments from banks to shopping malls to grocery stores to like stores where you can buy shoes and stuff like that. Like I was just walking around, people would look at me, people were giving me like hard choosing signals, and like people were trying to talk to me. And even when I speak to people, they're very open and they're like, some of them are trying to touch you and they're like asking like, and some of them they're like you see it's all in the eyes, you see in the eyes. So these women they're thirsty for brothers. It's really something.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I've never, this is the first time I've ever heard on my channel where they check for brothers too much in the country. This is crazy, bro. Wow. Groundbreaking intel already, and we're only 10 minutes in. And brothers, we gotta get the likes up, man. We got over 40 people watching, but less than 30 likes. Not tonight, brothers, because we have two back-to-back streams. After the stream, we have an interview with a South Korean woman and her black boyfriend. So I'm giving you, brothers, two back-to-back classics tonight. Please, brothers, don't let me down tonight, man. The amount of hard work I've had to do to get people on this channel is incredible. So please, at least hit the like button, man. That's what I'm asking for. Get the likes up, brothers. So, brother, this is incredible into already. Um, Let me ask this, bro. So they check for brothers heavy. Is it every race of women that checks for brothers? Because I know Swedish is multicultural, but
Hmm.
break down the racial group of women you saw out there the most. Was it white women, mixed race women, black women, Asian women, and were they all checking for brothers?
Yeah, me and my when I was there, it's mostly the white women, so obviously because they're the majority. But I have interestingly, I have met a mix of Swedish and basically every race. I've met a lady. She was really beautiful, like really beautiful. She was half Haitian, half Swedish. I met another one who was half Arab, half Swedish, and I also met
What?
another one who was half Indian, half Swedish. But
Ooh.
yeah, the one that was half Indian, half Swedish. Oh my God, man! Like I ended up just like I was close to simping because I literally blurted it out. I was like, I would marry you right now, like right now. And she just started laughing. But and she was like Indian, like from like Calcutta, India, and she's like her father's Swedish, and like amazing. It's like praise the Lord. It's amazing how like different cultures, and that's one of the beauties of traveling. When you see different cultures, different skin tones, different backgrounds, different languages, how different ethnicities and different races merge together and create a really beautiful human beings. So when I was there, and all of them, to be honest, they were like really like interested in me. But in terms of like really checking heavy, I would say it was the white, like the pure white, like Swedish woman. And also, I've seen some Asian women. They give me lots of choosing signals. I didn't speak to any of them, But I did see some Asian women, like for example, like South Asia and also like like China, um, those types. They were giving a lot of choosing, and the reason why I say this because even in Canada, when I was in Vancouver, um, like a few years ago, I had met some women who were also half Swedish or had like Swedish, like maybe a quarter Swedish, and they were all like really interested in brothers, So yeah.
Lord have mercy. So it seems like every race of woman in Sweden is checking for brothers, and Sweden is some country where black men are essentially kings there, bro. The fact
Yes.
that we get too much love is crazy out there. Let me ask this, brother. So despite the fact that they check for us, are they wifeable? Or are they just for recreational purposes only, brother? And keep it real with us, bro.
That's and your answer gives your question has given is the answer itself. Just like somebody I heard saying recreational use only. I'll be honest, like absolutely not. And I think when I made the Iceland stream, I mentioned this that my father he told me if I ever see you with like in setting down with any of these women, he was like indirectly telling me I might disown you, because these women, as much as they're fun, they are not for marriage material. There are certain women across in the globe, as beautiful as they are, you have to be very, very, very careful, such as Western women, Australian women, same thing with these Scandinavian women, because they have extremely high body counts. It's relative. You think you're here in Asia, I'm sorry, you think you're here in the West and you see somebody with a high body count, go to these Scandinavian countries. You will definitely, because it's cold, the population is small, people need to snuggle and feel all warm and everything. So, and people there love to drink. So before you know, oh, I slept with this guy, I slept with that guy, I've been with this guy, I've been with this guy, I've been with this guy. And there, because of feminism, the concept of shame is like virtually non-existent. Like I have met several people who like said, "What is the purpose of being shameful as a human being?" Like people don't even know understand the concept of shame. So why would you be married into somebody who comes from a society that is degenerate? You know, I'm talking about from the moral aspect of things, they're degenerates. But maybe from the general aspect of things, if clean streets, the good economy, a lot of money, a lot of opportunities, they are up there. What top first world country. But in terms of social relationships between men and women, where the man leads and the woman follows, and she listens to him, and she follows him because she admires him and respects him, and she trusts him to guide her to the promised land, I should say. You won't find that in Sweden. So shout out to Jay Bones when he says it. Absolutely smashable, but not wifeable.
Oh, that's crazy. That's some crazy intel for you brothers, man. Don't wipe up Swedish chicks. No, no, no. Women on average have 200 body counts, and we ain't capping. Literally, these girls they not. We ain't capping, man. Minimum 200 guys they've been with Swedish women, the average chick. So don't wipe that up, brothers. Recreational purposes only. Hold on, brother. Shout out to Mr. Samuel Combo for the £2.49 cash up. Thank you, Samuel Combo, for the support. Appreciate you, bro. He says, Salute IP. Hope all is well. Sam from Boston here. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the £1.66 cash app. IP, yet another classic stream fan. Blessings. Blessings to you too, Mr. Conrad Grant. Legend. Much love to you, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to Conrad Grant again for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. IP, this brother is dropping pure flames. Classic stream. Yes, indeed. We're only 15 minutes in, and this brother has given us classic intro already. Brothers, can we get the likes up? Can we get the super chats flowing in and the cash apps flowing in? This is going to be a very important live stream. So, next question for you, brother, is okay. So, you were in Sweden. Um, where would you say were the best places to meet Swedish women? Was it the bar? Was it the clubs? Was it the pubs? Was it you know you tell us, bro.
In my personal opinion, it was the shopping malls and it was the clubs. So I've went to like one or two bars, but in the clubs, I was getting a lot of love, especially when they start putting these like Western music and everything. And I remember I went to this club. I do not recall the name. I have to think. But anyways, I went to this club. This was in Malmo, and I remember like for some reason they were putting like drill music. They were putting like 504 in, and they were putting like Lil TJ and stuff. I was shocked. Like, how do some of these Swedish people are listening to Lil TJ? Like, Lil TJ is like literally drill. And I remember I was listening to this. They will also put a song by 22Gs. Anybody who knows is from the United States knows 22Gs is like literally the pinnacle, one of the pillars of drill rap. And these women, like when these songs come up, like they're literally doing the woo and they're like literally like doing the dance moves and they're coming to you and like taking you and like you're just sitting down, they're trying to dance with you, they're trying to talk to you and everything. The second place I had a lot of really good conversations, to be honest, was in shopping malls. So in stores, for example, when I went to a store that was buying shoes because one of the shoes that I had, I didn't feel really comfortable because, you know, obviously, like, you have to look presentable. So I was like, you know what, I should get a better shoe. I wanted to buy another one. And just walking around, and there's a lot of women. So, like, a lot of women were, like, asking me, like, are you okay? Do you need help? You look like you're not from here, obviously. And then I initiate conversation with them and I get numbers. Another place was also in grocery stores. But in grocery stores, what you have to do is, like, you just have to pretend like you're lost. But and just be like, oh, what would you advise me? Should I get this type of juice or should I get this type of yogurt or should I get this type of like what's the best like just ask questions and I'm telling you, you can finagle your way into um getting a pretty woman's phone number. And people, of course, you have to be very tactful because I've noticed that Swedish people are generally introverted, um almost like borderline antisocial. What I mean by that is that they don't like confrontation, so they keep to themselves. You know, like for example, being ratchet and being loud in public is something that's looked down upon. You have to be like you don't want to bring attention to yourself. So a lot of times, like when you cold approach people, sometimes they might get taken aback because they're not used to that. Because social media is pretty strong there. But if you're very tactful and you come looking professional, like IP teaches all of us guys, pay attention to that. Always look fresh. And as a brother, I'm telling you, you'll be fine. If a person cannot make it in Sweden, I literally just pray. Like I'm sorry, I can't. There's nothing I can do for you. You know, um, it's really easy there. Hello.
Oh, sorry, brothers. Oh man, internet's just. You see, I find it strange that when we start speaking true things, um, internet just keeps bugging out, man. I'm sick of it. Sorry, bro. Internet was just acting AOL.
Okay. Because I was speaking and then I was like, I don't know if they heard me.
No, no, they definitely heard you, bro. It was me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so okay, brother. So, I think you said clubs and bars were the best way to meet Swedish women. Were they
Yeah.
coming up to you, or were you going? Were you approaching them?
I was. I would say I was 20% approaching them. And guys, it's all about dressing well and looking like you control the room. You want to look dominant, but at the same time you don't want to look like a bully. I was literally just sitting down and random people were like um coming to me and like grabbing my hand. So like I was saying, maybe if you heard me, some of the songs that were being played, like they were like drill music, like Lil TJ and 22Gs. Especially I was shocked when I was hearing 22Gs. But the girls started dancing and they come to you, and when people get drunk, they're more loose. So that's where, like, to be honest, like, just random girls were approaching me. And it's like I said, grocery stores are a really good thing, because you can just pretend like you're lost and say, oh, I don't know what to buy, can you help me, blah 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 blah. And since it's very feminist, I'm telling you, like, some of them can even offer to even buy you like some stuff or like really help you along the way. And
Okay,
last but not least, in shopping malls. So, for example, places where they sell like suits or shoes, you don't even have to buy anything. You just have to come and look like you're a professional trying to, you know, buy some uniforms or buy some suits for a professional thing. Just act really, really, really like high end, and people flock around you.
okay, thank you, bro. Next
No
question
problem.
for you, brother, is pros. Is that a problem there? Pros, women who sell box.
No, I did not even see one person. I did see one lady, but she was on OF. We all know that site, and she told me she knows of quite a few people who do OF, but she said in terms of like on the streets, no, you don't. I didn't see any of that, not even once.
Okay, thank you, brother. So feminism is feminism a problem there amongst Swedish women? If so, how bad is it? If not, how not bad is it? And be real with us, bro.
Mhm. Feminism, to be honest, is like a cancerous poison and a disease. Out of 30, I'm not gonna say even out of 20, out of 10. I would say feminism is like in my life, traveling around the world and being to so many countries, I would say feminism is like three types. You have the women who say they're feminists, but to be honest, they're not really feminists. They like women rights here and there, you know. But generally speaking, they're not annoying to be around. They're not necessarily traditional, so they're fine. So their level of feminism is like 10 out of 30. Then you got like the Western woman, the Western world feminism, which is like 20 to 25 out of 30. But then you got the Scandinavian feminism, which is similar to Indian feminism because India also, because I've been there, they have a lot of crazy feminism, especially in these last few years. Their feminism is crazy. Things they cannot enact on it. But in Scandinavia, it's like literally like 30 out of 30. Hardcore feminism. But the one thing I can say is the feminism over there, it has poisoned the minds, but it has not poisoned their physical bodies. So you won't see women injure. I'll be honest, I have to give them a shout out to that. You will not see women with pink hats in the streets screaming and causing ruckus and being degenerates on the street and going crazy and saying I hate men and insulting men all the time everywhere you go, like in the United States. You won't see that. Okay. But it's I think because I think they have transcended that, which is even more dangerous. Because you have imagine somebody who is like, always, making, protest. But then that's one level. But then the other level of after the protest, the mentality, when it has seeped through the minds of everybody, now you don't need to make protests. Which is why I've spoken to someone, they said, listen, we are hated by so many people. I was speaking to this guy, he was like maybe in his 40s. I wanted to keep the story to myself, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I remember this guy, he was in his 40s, he said, I've been married to my wife. He says, year after year, I have been broken. I have been broken by my wife. I have been broken by my daughters. I have been broken by women in society. But because I am stuck in this marriage, and at the same time, I have to put my personal pride aside in order to raise, children. Because a two-parent household it's better. Even he's admitting this. He said a lot of us men in Sweden we have no choice but to be quiet, which is one of the reasons why these women love brothers, because brothers are not from Sweden. Number one. Number two, we're known to be masculine. We have the physical prowess, physically and quote unquote down there. And at the same time, we're known for our virility, we're known for our aggressiveness, our being known to fight, being known to be like somebody who does not cower under pressure, who's somebody who is straightforward. You know how a lot of brothers they think when they speak their mind, they say what it is, and a lot of women are attracted to that, despite being feminists. So it's almost like really funny. It's like these women want to be like men or want to be better than men, and at the same time they are submissive when they see somebody who is like not from them, who's not like emasculated man. So feminism is so bad that it has really even destroyed the men. A lot of the men, they're just you see somebody who's like 6'8", big and strong, 600 deadlift, 700 squat, 500 bench in the gym. But the way when he's a woman who talks and who's like 5'4", you would think she is like a witch of a mother who's just like, and there's nothing he can do because he knows if he opens his mouth, the whole of society, both men and women, will jump on him and they will shame him. So he has no
Lord,
choice. Yeah, it's really bad. Like, so it's
yeah,
it's 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 even in social media. Like when I'm listening to their news, because like on my Airbnb there's a TV, so I was listening to some of their local news, and every time it's always just the woman. It's always the female opinion trumps everything. You literally in like different panels, different debates, the men have to cower themselves, and it's almost like if you're seen as a conservative, it's like you're a racist. If you're conservative, if you have any type of conservative values, even the smallest values, while respecting other people's liberal views, you're seen as the bad guy. So a lot of men, after years of this abuse, they are now used to it, and the women, and then as a consequence, a bunch of women are single. If you go on Tinder, see a bunch of single women, 40, 50 years old. They're all single. They're all successful. They all make 100, 200, 300, $500,000 a year, but nobody wants to be with them. And then they blame men, and then the cycle continues. So
this is
Yeah, it's really sad.
That Swedish guy you spoke to, was he a brother or was he white?
He was white. He was white because when I met him, I actually met him in the airport, and then he was actually visiting his some of his family. He lives in the United States. He just moved to United. He just got his citizenship, but he lived his whole life in Sweden. He was telling me he knew I was going to get a lot of love. He knew. He's like, listen. He's like, you're gonna be famous. Like people are gonna love you. People love black men here. He's like, people love chocolate men. That's what he said. He's like, people love chocolate men. And so I just started asking him like different questions about society, and he's like, "Be careful with the woman. As much as they love you, just make sure you're careful." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And then he told me his personal life. And this man, he was like making $700,000 a year, but he's a broken man. He's broken, like he's broken to the core. You can see it in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? And so, guys, be careful. Be careful. Be extremely careful. Like, I really don't want to hear any news of a brother, entering in a situation or in a relationship, and before he regrets it, all because it's a beautiful woman. Beauty is one thing, but the mind and her mentality is another thing, and that's
Mm.
more important, especially after she goes over the wall. You're married to a woman after she's like 30, her looks start to fade, and then what's left? She's just, empty inside. Well, you're gonna suffer the consequences because when you get divorced, alimony, child support, blah 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 blah, it's gonna hit you hard. So why would you waste your time? So be very careful when you vet these women. But if you just want to have fun, oh, go ahead.
Lord have mercy, brothers. Special, not public service announcement. Please do not wife up or even date a Swedish woman. The whole of Scandinavia is cancelled in terms of dating and marriage. If you want peace in your life, right? If you don't want your life cut short by a feminist rabid dog, please don't wife up a Swedish woman. They are for recreational purposes only. That means one night stands, friends with benefits, smashing occasionally, but don't put a ring on the finger. If you want peace in your life, no way. It's too much. Shout out to Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Swedish women are on black nonsense. Oh my goodness.
He's
Yeah,
right.
man.
He's right. He's absolutely right. I have met a lot of women who literally told me, they said when they watch, POR, we know that word, that
Mm.
those websites, they literally watch like black.com, like they watch these types of sites. Like they love brothers. Like, and it's like I said, it's almost a bit too much because then you start to feel disgusted with yourself, because this community, this movement that we're doing, we have to look at it from all aspects as a brother. You have to ask yourself, okay, in the West, I'm tolerated. A lot of the women in the United States, they just tolerate men, right? And then you go to a different world, you're loved and you're admired. But you just admire because of what's in your legs. You just admire because of just exotic. And they use you for a piece of meat. And then they just throw you to the side. That will mess you up psychologically over time. So a lot of these women, when they talk about black men, I'm going to be honest. A lot of these women, when they talk about black men, it's like they're talking about like a piece of meat, a piece of 8 foot long meat that they can toy with and then they can just throw to the side, and it's really sad. So a lot of these women, they are on and a lot of them, they have my Airbnb host, she literally had lingerie from black.com. Like she told me, she's like, yeah, she loved, and she was like even telling me some of the actors names that she loved. It's really like mind warping, and you're like, oh my god, I went from one place to another place, and it's like these people. And then you will meet a lot of women, they really like you because they love brothers, the skin tone, and like I said, the masculinity that we have. They love that, which I appreciate. We love them for their beauty, and they love us for our security and our masculinity. It always has been like that since the beginning of time. But some of these women, and my confirmation for Sweden is when I went to Malmo. It was crazy over there, especially from these women coming from to Copenhagen. Oh my God, man! Oh my God, just baddies all over the place. It's
Wow.
it's,
So,
it's,
brother,
yeah.
we'll get there because I want to ask you about your experience in Stockholm and Malmo, but we'll get there, bro. Hold on, bro. And brothers, if you want to hear the explicit version of this live stream, which I strongly recommend that you do, that is currently on the Patreon Diamond tier. An act between, actually, I'm going to keep it to myself. Watch the Patreon to hear about the crazy experiences that our guests went through. because he went through some crazy stuff in Sweden that would make a brother go crazy. Sweden is a crazy country for brothers. I'll say that at least. Shout out to Troy Dean for the £4.49 super chat. Thank you, Troy Dean. Wow, another classic IP. This brother is speaking facts. That's what I like. No capping on this channel. Yes, indeed, brothers. You know I don't cap. You know I give it to you in raw, true form. So please hit the Cash App, hit the super chats, man. If you're enjoying this channel, if you're enjoying this live stream and the movement, you need to support this movement. Okay, so please send me your support. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, brothers. And can we get let's get the likes up too as well, brothers, please. Okay, support, 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 support. So Mo, let me ask this question, brother. Okay, so are Swedish women good looking, or are they average in looks? And break it down for us in face and body wise, bro.
They are arguably top three most beautiful women on the planet.
Damn.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, that there are top three most beautiful women on the planet. For me, I would say in the whole of Scandinavia, the most beautiful women, me personally, are women from Oslo, Norway, and women from Norway and Copenhagen. But it's debatable, to be honest. These Swedish women are like, it's not even a joke. Like from 18 all the way up to like 25, 26, this just beauty. I consider them more beautiful than Russian women, like Eastern European women, except maybe Ukraine, because Ukrainian women are like another level. But yeah, top three most beautiful women. They're beautiful, extremely beautiful. And quick fact, just for you guys to know, a lot of them are not blonde. So a lot of a lot of them are blonde, but there's a lot of them that I've met that are not blonde. They dye their hair to be blonde, but they're not actually blonde. And you can actually see like the streaks, and you can actually see like the some of them even told me like, yeah, I made my hair, you know. I don't know. They said that apparently there's this like story or some legend or some myth or something. I don't know. But a lot of them are not blonde. But overall, they're beautiful. Really in shape. Exercise is very important. It's like you look down upon to be fat and obese. Another thing I noticed, even the women that were big, like I met this woman, she was like 6'3", but her curves were like bad, bad. Like
6'3".
she was 6'3". She was bad. And then I met another one. She was like 41, and she was big woman. She was like a big woman, not fat, but she was like 6'1" maybe, and she was like 41. Oh my! I will never forget her until the day I die. She was like, oof. Like her curves, her hips were massive. And I asked her like, I'm like, how are you genetically gifted? She's like, listen, I don't know. I've always been a big woman, but it's all the brothers love me. And man, 15 out of 10. 15 out of 10, you know? So, and her
So
daughters too, they were all beautiful. Like she had like 6 daughters, and they were all like beautiful.
so we have right. We have a brother has told us that Swedish women are top three in looks in the entire world, and they are checking for brothers. This means that these women are amongst the most beautiful women in the world, and they have a lot of love for brothers, which is crazy. And I keep telling you, brothers, man, when you get that passport, you will forget all the hell you went through in the West, because
Mm,
women out there that are stunners, beauties, 8, 9s, and 10s, they love brothers. They want
yeah.
brothers. Ain't that right, Mo?
Absolutely, absolutely. In Canada, it's another feminist, nonsense, except it's a bit more calmer than the United States. Albeit in cities like Toronto, it's a bit crazy. But anyways, some like I've had some problems here in Canada, but it's amazing. Like the first time I traveled, the first country I traveled in my life as a kid was Germany. And just even then, as a kid, I was like, oh my God, I have to travel for the rest of my life. And then as I got older, like when I was like 19, 20, when I really started traveling, going around the world, I just realized like, the West cannot really give me anything. So what IP is saying is the truth, is the absolute truth, guys. All the brothers who were saying, "Oh, these California women are baddies. All these women from Miami, they're all a bunch of baddies. All these women that are in, in New York, and all these masculine women, they're baddies though. But they're baddies though, even though they're masculine, but I can handle them. But they're all baddies though. They have dope bodies and nice tats and beautiful hair. Just leave the country. Go to somewhere like Brazil. Go to Korea. Go to Germany. Go to Kyrgyzstan. Go to Russia. Go to Go to these countries. Go to Scandinavian countries. You will go to Portugal. You will forget everything you see in the United States. You think these women are 10? Go to Sweden. A 10 in the United States. I am telling you guys, a 10 in the United States is like a 7 in Sweden.
Jesus.
Like, um, quick story. When I was talking to my Airbnb host, like I was swiping on Tinder just for fun because I like to talk with people. I was swiping and she took my phone and she wanted to see like how the women in so we're just moving their different passports. So I put Miami and then I put Las Vegas. Um, I put Miami, I put LA, and I put New York, like the main cities. And I put Seattle. I even put Atlanta. Where all the sisters at. And I was in my mind, I'm like, yo, don't you think she's bad? Don't you think? And I just wanted to see her response. And she's like, I'll be honest with you, these are like mid. She's like, these are all mid. These are all mids. Like, there was this woman, she was like in a picture in Miami. She had her Instagram profile, 300 and something thousand subscribers on followers on Instagram, 10 on 10, mono. And I showed it to some of the ladies that I was speaking to, and they're all like, this is like a 7.5 in Sweden. And she was right. You would see women in Sweden with 200 followers, that I can admit, who are 15 out of 10.
So, brother,
And so, yeah.
let me ask this, bro. So, we know they're great in looks, but now I
Mhm.
want to break down your experiences in both Stockholm and Malmo. So, out of both those cities, what city did you get the most love from, and why do you recommend that city for brothers in terms of getting women, Stockholm or Malmo? And in fact, break down your experiences in both cities, brother.
Definitely Malmo. The amount of love I got in Sweden, it was like 4 times that in Malmo. Malmo is another level because you see, again, Malmo is right across Copenhagen. And if somebody's in Copenhagen, you will see a woman from Malmo coming in for the weekend and for a few days to party, and vice versa. So when I was in Malmo, I had women who were coming in. They had to visit their parents. They had to visit their families. They had to visit their friends. They just wanted to party. They just wanted to have fun. Some of them were half Swedish, half Norwegian, um, or sorry, half Swedish, half Danish. Like it's there. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The women there are extremely beautiful, extremely beautiful. Um, so yeah, the amount of love I got in Malmo was much, much better. Except I feel like Stockholm is much more posh, much more, um, it's
Multicultural.
exactly much more multicultural. It's much, much more multicultural. That I will admit. But I would say in terms of boredom, I got a bit bored in Stockholm. After 3 days, I think you have seen everything, and then you just want to move on to somewhere else. That's why I moved. I went to Malmo because I was like, okay, I like it here. People are nice. People are cool. But I want to go somewhere else. And that's why I got recommended. They said, oh, let me go to Malmo, and I stayed there for like a week or something like that. So yeah.
Incredible, bro. This is crazy intel. So, brother, let me ask this right. So, Malmo shows brothers the most love, which is great. But I also want to pick apart the other races of women there. So we know the white Swedish woman. They are literally 304s. But the women that
Hmm.
are not that are not white, are they wifeable? Or have they been influenced by the whole Swedish feminist culture? Or are the Asian women saved out there? Are the black women wifeable out there? And give us your honest opinion, bro.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many black, but I've seen quite a few Somalians. They looked wifeable. Their behavior showed much more submissiveness. I've met some Arab women too. They were a bit more submissive and they were a bit more calm. The Asian women, I'll be honest, if I had to say, if for example, again, this is a bizarre world, a bizarre world. This is like we're in Earth 1 and this is Earth 20,000. Some random Earth that a fool decided, you know what, he was on drugs, he was on cocaine, he was on crack, and he said, you know what, I'm going to marry a Swedish woman. If he decided to marry a Swedish woman, you should look for a woman who's Asian, Swedish, because they really give off submissive vibes. Even though maybe you might not you later down the line they will not be submissive, but in the initial stages you will find that they're very submissive. They're very soft spoken. Actually, all the women are soft spoken, but they're much more really chill to be with. And a lot of them will offer to cook you something, will offer to help you around. They'll offer to to show wife qualities up front. So that I did see with Asian women, and this is because they're half Asian, so they're uh, they're living off of that Asian traditional values that they learned from their parents and their communities. So they're a bit more wifeable, but the feminism poison, the feminism Kool-Aid still affects them. You know, it's just certain words when a woman says, you should not wife up, right? If any woman starts talking to you and she starts saying, "I do not need a man," or "It's a man's world," or "It's men like you that," etc., 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 is these words. When you hear a woman saying this, guys, stay away, run, because it starts like this, and before you know, you're in front of a judge being destroyed for
Damn.
something. So, absolutely not. A lot of women like it's Sweden is the only country in the world, and Iceland, but mainly Sweden is the only woman where like I'm having conversations every like 5 minutes. They always have to talk about men. Like, yo, it's like, women, we're talking about coffee. What does coffee have to do with men? And before you know, they're talking about the patriarchy. But the things they do in a feminine way. So if you're not careful, you will fall into the trance. And you'll be like, yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Do not. Either you
Mm.
keep your mouth shut, or you just give the male perspective while respecting their independence and move on. But don't even try to have a debate with them, because I'm telling you, before you know, it's going to become an issue. And a lot of
Let me
them are.
come here. Let me
Go
come
ahead.
in here as well, bro. So this is why I keep saying that feminism is not about equality.
Mm,
It's literally about women wanting to rule over men. You have
yeah.
Sweden, right, which is known as the best gender neutral in terms of both men and women are apparently equal. In my opinion, they're not. I think women have more rights than men in Sweden. You have that dynamic where it has been found by studies that women in Sweden are not oppressed in any shape or form, but these women still complain about men, 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 men. What does
Hmm.
that tell you? It tells you that feminism has never been about equality. It's been about women wanting to rule over and demean men. Ain't that right, bro?
Absolutely. Like literally like issues that are like literally nothing. And men are much more logical. So you see somebody with all their PhDs and all their degrees, they can't even they have they have absolutely no critical thinking skills. And you're like, what the hell am I doing here? Like why and another thing, this is just a quick piece of game. Men, when you're with a woman who's like that, always keep your mouth shut. Always let them speak, because women, they love to talk, right? They
Mhm.
love to talk about themselves. If they don't talk about themselves, they talk about their friend, they like to gossip, or they talk about their previous ex. You'd be like, oh, really? Is that true? Oh, I see. I understand. I feel you. Oh, okay, that's nice. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Just let them talk. And as they talk, they will expose themselves. And you realize like this poison in their minds. Like, I remember a few years ago on Sky News, this woman in the UK, she said, "Oh, air conditions are sexist towards women." And I remember I brought up this topic to this lady in Sweden. She's like, "Yeah," and she started mentioning like, random stuff that are sexist towards women. I was like, "These are triple issues. Like, have you achieved so much peace in Sweden? Now you want to invent something so that way you can be
Yep.
upset."
Yep.
That's
And
what it
that's why,
is.
brothers. Yeah, that's what it is. Brothers, don't wife up Swedish chicks. Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Miller for the $199 super chat. Thank you, Kevin Miller, for the support. It is greatly appreciated, bro. Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Almighty Ree for the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Scandinavian women have their purpose. For black men, for BM to see that there is a world of women who like them, raise our self esteem, but they are not to be wiped. Great super chat there. So, brothers, this should actually raise your self esteem. You got the Swedish women who are known as the best, one of the best looking women in the world, that love brothers too much that the guest said that it's disgusting the way they like black men too much. It said that it makes them feel uncomfortable the way Swedish women love brothers. That should raise your self esteem. That should tell you that women all around the world they want brothers, you know? So keep your head up, brothers, if you're a brother feeling down right now. Thank you, bro. I see you with your Sonic. Is that Knuckles from Sonic profile picture? I used to watch that back in the day, man. Thank you, bro. Obviously with my younger cousins. Shout out to Mr. Kevin Miller for the $2 super chat. Thank you, bro. Which Scandinavian country loves us the most? What would you say that, man? Keep it very brief, bro.
Iceland, 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 Iceland. Absolutely Iceland. Absolutely Iceland. You would have to lower your gaze because women will come and talk to you and start like it's not even a joke. Iceland
Jesus.
number one, Sweden number two. Iceland. Oh my God, man. Iceland is like, oh my
Yep.
God.
But
Yeah,
don't wipe the Iceland chicks up, bro. Don't wipe
absolutely.
them up. They
Hmm.
they are in the same bandwidth as Swedish women, recreational purposes only, smashable but not wifeable.
Hmm.
Awesome.
I would I
Thank
would
you.
even say I would even
Mhm.
say if a person again bizarre world had to choose a wife between Sweden and Iceland. Like imagine there was no country in the world and he had to choose a woman from them. I would absolutely tell him marry a woman who is from Sweden, not from Iceland, because I'm telling you, you would find 15, 16, 17-year olds with like 50 body count. I am not joking. Like it's
Pause.
not even a joke
Brother,
in Iceland.
that's
It's
too
not a
much
joke.
body count at that young age. Are you mad?
Exactly.
What?
So you see somebody, she's like 22, she has like a 300 body count. Like that is repulsive, repulsive.
Oh
Um,
my god. I feel like
and
I need to bathe.
chlamydia, it's you got to be careful with that too. So
I feel like I need to bathe myself in holy water after hearing that a girl at 22 has a body count of 400. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna get that holy water out my cupboard, put that in water, and bathe myself over it, bro, to get the demons off me, bro. No, no cap, man. That's some nasty ish right there, man. 300
yeah,
body count at 22. That
yeah.
to me, in my opinion, she deserves to go to hell for that. There's no way there's no way she goes to heaven for that, bro. God will be like, take your ass back to hell, you 3 or 4.
Oh my God.
All right, hold on, bro. Shout out to me. Yo, look at that, man. That's love right there, brothers, man. That shows you this brother appreciates what I do for other black men. This that shows you the amount of time and effort I put on this channel. Like I told you, brothers, right after the stream, I'm interviewing a black man and his Korean girlfriend live from South Korea to show you the SYSBM international passport life. The amount of things I do for you, brothers, man, please appreciate me, man. Please support me because it's a lot of work and it's stressful, man. I'm losing my hair to keep it real with you, brothers, man. Shout out to Tyrone McLeod for the $100 super chat. Thank you, bro. Much love, brother. Good
Shout out to
evening,
him.
IP. Yeah, shout out to him, man. Good evening, IP. And guest, Mr. Mo. Thank you for tonight's stream. As always, great information. You never let us down, my brother. Thank you, bro. Those words mean a lot to me, Tyrone. Thank you, bro. I will never let you brothers down. 8 years doing this movement. I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna get you brothers out there. Get into IT, join the Patreon Diamond tier, book that one-to-one IT consultation, and let's get it, brothers. Thank you, Tyrone. Appreciate you, bro. That's love right there. That's love, baby. Ooh, that's love, baby. Shout out to Mr. John Thomas for the $5 super chat. That's my mod right here, Patreon member, Hall of Fame member. Much love to you, John Thomas. He says, what was your average travel budget for lodging, food, and transportation per day in Sweden? Is it around the same in Canada, New York, higher? Good question, bro. Go on, Mo.
Okay, so I was let's see, when I was in Sweden for a total of like let's say 2 weeks. And what I did is this is kind of because to be honest, uh I'm a bit like Theo, I like to splurge, especially. So, but I would say for the average person, yeah, have something like budget for like a good, let's say if you're there for 2 weeks, have let's say $1,000, 1,000 US dollars. And also it depends because Stockholm is an expensive city. Stockholm is an expensive city. Food is expensive. Like you would see coffees and you would see like coffees that are like 9, 10, 11, $12. Like I'm not joking. So it's pretty expensive city. I was there. I budgeted around like 1,500 Canadian dollars for 2 weeks, and but again, I kind of spoiled myself, and also I went shopping and all that stuff. But for the average person, I think let's say if you're gonna do 2 weeks, you should like 1,000 US to 1,000 USD is enough. And if you're gonna budget, this is obviously excluding your trip, your flight, and your hotel. This is like just daily stuff, just to keep yourself safe because it's a beautiful country. They got really nice food. They got cool restaurants. But again, it's an expensive city comparable to New York. Yeah, it's about the same. In some parts, it could be a bit more expensive. Scandinavian countries in general are expensive because it's high quality, and so yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. John Thomas. Great answer there, Mo. So, Mo, I have a question for you now. So obviously we know that Swedish women are not. Actually, before I ask that, so obviously we know that brothers do extremely well in Sweden. Due to that, did you get any hatred or any shade from Swedish men from all the love you got, bro?
Only one, but he was an older guy. He was a much older guy. He gave me a lot of dirty looks, and he made some snide comments. But again, he was an older guy, and he came from a traditional Swedish. And actually, it's a funny thing. I actually respected him for that. I actually
Okay,
respected him. I don't know. I have
so
a kind of interesting mindset because a lot of times people complain about racism, but at the same time, it's like, listen, you guys are coming and you're taking our women. People would feel a certain way, Um, so I kind of respected him because he was literally upset because you can tell he came from a traditional um, background. And this happened in a restaurant. I don't want to get too deep into the whole story,
okay,
but generally speaking, everybody else, 99.99% of people know they were not. They did not show any sort of racism because remember, Sweden. I'm sorry, feminism also has racial aspects. Obviously, in the beginning, we knew the history of feminism. It was, only for white women. But generally speaking, in this modern time, feminism includes in it, gender stuff, and includes in it also racial issues. So a lot of the men and women in society have like been literally like brainwashed or not taught, like, not okay, I'm not gonna say brainwashed because when it comes to racism, it's an evil thing. So it's not about brainwashing. They have been taught like you have to be equal, you have to be respect all the cultures. What's the sad part is a lot of the women have become, a lot of the men have become so demasculated. They have become demasculated to a point like they're like reverse. It's like a reverse kind of racism. They love brothers so much, and they want to prove that they like people that are not like they appreciate people that are not white, and they're very egalitarian. They have a lot of like cuckold. I don't know. Can I say that word? Cuckold.
uh, okay, yeah, go on, bro.
Okay, they have CC. They have CC mentality. So a lot of the men were approaching me to do activities with their girlfriends and wives in the club.
Pause. What the
Yeah,
hell?
man.
Pause.
Yeah,
Pause.
man. And they can record and stuff. It's really, like I said,
Pause.
it's kind of weird, man. Kind of weird.
Weird.
So you don't find any racism. That's why I said, guys, when you go there, you will be loved. Dress properly. People will approach people. You'll be fine. But be careful because some of these women, they literally see you as a piece of meat. And um, I don't know where I read this. So one of the videos UIP you posted, and one of the comments said that he said you go to Sweden. He said I've been to Sweden, and you feel like see that's the thing about these Scandinavian countries as a black person. When you go there, you get love, but you feel like spiritually or mentally like something's missing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Something in the love that the woman can be kissing you all day. She can be with you all day. She can show love for you. She can even cook for you. But you feel there's something missing. You feel like they don't really love you truly for you. They just love you because you're a piece of meat. So that mental or connection is not there. But when you go to like these Eastern European countries, you really feel it like genuine burning desire. You know what I'm saying? Here is
Yeah.
just carnal desire.
So
So in
let me ask
Sweden,
this. Go on, bro.
yeah,
Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
no, no,
Carry
no,
on.
it's okay, it's okay. Go ahead.
So, brother, what is the main reason as to why Swedish women love brothers so much? There must be what's the reason, bro? Because this is borderline insanity right now. Yeah, we
Hmm.
want to be. Yeah, it's great to feel loved, but when you're loved too much to the point where, like, what's going on here? Does she think I'm some sort of superhero? Because I'm
Hmm.
I'm a black man. Why did I like brothers so much out there, bro?
Yeah, number one, it's um from a biological perspective, which means again because men, black men symbolize from slavery times until now, right? Even during slavery days, if a person reads the history of the United States, how many countless white women who were the wives of slave masters were sleeping with black men. This is where the Mandingo thing comes up. All of these guys, we have to speak about it. These are dark realities, but we have to accept it, right? You have to be very comfortable with yourself and to know these stuff. So it comes from that. Like they know men are a symbol of masculinity. And remember, in the 80s and 90s, who was alive at that time? You got the Snoop Dogs, you had the NWAs, you had the Tupacs, you had the Biggies. Rest in peace to all of them. You had all these black masculine people who were like running through social media. You had LeBron James, you had Shaq, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had all these tall, big basketball players. These people are in these players, these guys, all black men, they're all in the United States. All these people around the world, they're watching them. They see them. They see how tall. They see how strong. They see how a 6'8" black dude dunks over another white man, right? And on the court. So it breeds in them this attraction over time. This current desire, like, I want to be with that. And you know, women, they want to feel protected. So that's a biological imperative. Then the second thing is just the mode right now, right? It's just what is in style right now, right? In the United States, the interracial marriages are going up, partly due to because black men are, are the hot commodity right now, and number two, because unfortunately our sisters have rebelled against us. But that's neither there or here. The most important thing is that another thing is that black men um are in style right now, right? Wherever you go around the world, when you see a black person, especially a successful black man who's like, on his grind, he's on his purpose, he's successful, regardless whether he's in the entertainment industry or even the academic industry or in IT or whatever, as long as he has money, he has respect, people respect him, he has people that follow his lead, it's attractive to women. So for Sweden, it's another level, because the feminism has made them so dominant, and I feel like these women, they know biologically they want to be dominated by another person, and right now it's going to be like that for a long time. I can predict it's going to be like that for a long time.
So
So
the
yeah.
brother's right here. We even have Bill Gates' daughter. Bill
hmm
Gates, the billionaire Bill Gates' daughter with a
hmm
brother. If
I'm
that
not
doesn't tell you
surprised.
that brothers are literally are the top dogs right now, the top
hmm
men right now in terms of dating in the entire world, then
Yeah.
then you just won't get it. If Bill
Yeah.
Gates' daughter is
hmm
is is actually putting her weight to get a brother, then brothers, man, there ain't no reason for you to worry, man. Get
hmm
your passport, it will all be good. Hold on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Hold on. Shout out to Mr. Frank Harris, the legend. Welcome back, Frank Harris, for the £4.15 cash app. I appreciate your support, Frank Harris. Much love to you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Jesus Shuttlesworth for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Much appreciation, bro. Great stream. Also, Korean women are hidden gem, as well as Iceland and Sweden have beautiful landscape. Yes, indeed. I have the Korean stream right after this stream. That should be a classic. I would admit, I've slept on Korean women. I think they might be as good as Japanese women, Thomas. They may even be better than Japanese women, Thomas. How do you feel about that, Thomas? Let me know, bro. All right, awesome. So, brother, next question for you is okay, Swedish women are very liberal women. Okay, how liberal are they, right? Would they be comfortable with a black man in power, literally a director, a manager, a CEO of a company? How liberal are they, bro?
Um. Ooh, this is going to be a tough question. Um. I think they wouldn't have a problem with it. I really think they wouldn't have a problem with it because between men and women, um, men men, because men are territorial with women, so men will have a problem with it more. But women, I feel like they will not have a problem as long as it's a strong, capable leader. But in that society, to be honest, it's a brother who leads, but like you will make a lot of money, people will love you, but you still have to surrender under certain feminist narratives, guys. Like you guys, it's just an understatement what I'm telling you. Feminism is extremely strong there. You know what I'm saying? Even the most masculine, unapologetic person there will have to relax himself and calm down, right? Um, but I feel like no, I don't think they would have a problem with a person who's like a manager who, because I did meet this guy. He was a doctor in Malmo, and he told me like in one of the departments. I'm not sure what kind of doctor he's. I think he's an oncologist or he's he's in pathology, and he told me like he's one of the directors of the department. He's like a lot of people respect him, and he married a Swedish woman. He regretted it, and but him and his wife they came to an agreement, so he gets to like be with a bunch of women. That's all I can say. But he's a doctor, and he's like well respected, and people love him, and that's the only thing I can say. But beyond that, I don't know. I cannot really give a detailed answer because I'm not really living in Sweden.
Okay.
That's the only anecdotal experience I can um,
Fair enough,
provide right
bro.
now. Yeah.
So would Swedish women will they so let's say you have a Swedish wife, right? But you want
Hmm.
to marry, but you want to deal with other women, have other girlfriends. Will Swedish women accept that, or will they be like, no, if you can do that, she can have different side dudes as well to deal with? Are they that kind of women, bro?
Yeah, they're that kind of woman. They're that kind of woman. In Iceland, interestingly, a lot of the women didn't mind as long as I didn't blow it in their face. I didn't show it off in their face, or they would want to join because a lot of these women they're like very liberal. So like being like into men and into women and like doing group stuff is very like they're into that stuff. Same thing with Swedish women to a lesser degree, but I would say no because again they think attraction is symmetrical and they think what men can do women cannot do. This woman, she told me that she's like, well, if you can do this, then I should be able to do it too. Men and women are equal. I was like, okay. So then, if there's a if I'm walking with you in the middle of the night and somebody attacks us, right? You can protect them too. She's like, no, well, I'm a woman. I'm weaker than you. I'm like, so which is it? Are we absolutely equal, or do you want to pick and choose what you like from equality? Which is it?
Mm,
And then she just shut her mouth. And I was like, see, this is the idiocy that you have to deal with. You know, at least in Sweden, these women are much more feminine physically, but mentally they're just like absolutely not. They can't think critically, and they think men and women are the same. So like, if you came to a girl in Sweden or in these countries and you said, "Oh, listen, I want to be with a bunch of women," some of them will participate with you, but a lot of them be like, "Okay, then I want to sleep with a bunch of men," right? And I'll be like, "No, you stay home. I take care of you. I'll be ready to die for you, and I will be with a bunch of women, but I will not blow it in your face. As a man, you have to have some sort of honor, integrity, right? You don't want to make your woman feel uncomfortable too because she has feelings, which I fully understand. But with these women, they're like, well, if you want to sleep with a bunch of men or with women, I should be able to sleep with a bunch of men too. And nah. So it's rare. It's rare to find this. It's rare.
okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of language, do Swedish women in general speak good English so we can
Yeah.
communicate with them? Okay.
Excellent English. Excellent English. At the Airbnb where I was staying, there's even an English school that was right across the street, and I met a few people, and he was like, and I, because he was right next to the supermarket, so I asked the cashier, I was like, "What is it?" She's like, "Oh, it's a school," and she's like, "Yeah, we pride ourselves in making sure you speak very good English. A lot of them speak very good English, and even um with proper grammar and proper syntax, blah blah blah. They're like excellent English, to be honest. You'll be fine if you speak Swedish. You will you will you will kill it there because if you speak a person's language, it makes them feel much much more comfortable. So I learned a few lines and literally like it got me some digits and it got me some easy access to certain people. Showing
Okay.
the effort. Yeah.
What's the STI STD rates out there in Sweden, bro? 'Cause I know it's bad in Iceland. Is it the
Hmm.
same in Sweden too?
If I recall correctly, it has reduced, but Sweden has some. Uh, I think Sweden has some problems. But I think, for example, for HIV, I think it's like 0.20% per like a 10 million population. So it's not too bad. Um, but I know generally for chlamydia, it's still a problem, right? Because in the past like past like 5, 6, 7 years, like the rates of chlamydia, sorry, the rates of gonorrhea has like doubled in like Denmark, Norway, Finland, Iceland, Sweden. And interestingly, chlamydia is still the most prevalent problem in these countries. All of these countries, it's the most prevalent, right? And chlamydia is curable, but still, you don't want to take chances. So that is when you're with any of these women, doesn't matter how bad she is, because I'm telling you, a lot of us, man, that's our problem too, and that's what makes us get into problems. We think with our little head. Guys, start thinking with the big head and be rational. Doesn't matter how beautiful it is. She can be 10 times the beauty of Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, and all these and J Lo and all these women combined. Absolutely ask if they are clean and if they got tested, right? Do not go in raw. Wrap it up and double wrap it up and triple wrap it up and take a shower when you're done and clean yourself and get tested when you come back home. I'm not joking, guys, right? Uh, yeah,
Yep.
that's all I can say.
Because like you said, going on to body count, the average body count for Swedish Czech is probably over 50, minimum 50.
Mm. Yeah, it's high, man. It's high. It's high.
So, what's the religion, bro? Out there, are they Christians, Catholics, Muslims, or atheists?
Um, I'm not sure. The religion. Let me think. I think the religion in Sweden is like, I know it's like Lutheran. Yeah, they're Lutheran. They're Lutheran, and after that is Islam. So there's a
Okay,
lot of Muslims. I've seen a lot of Muslims, which is look really really cool. Um, yeah, but Lutheran, it's like the religion. But to be honest, their behavior shows nothing about religion. A lot of the women there, they say they're Christian and everything, but they have absolutely no interest in religion. They're like borderline atheists, you know, because they'll have this mentality of don't judge me, don't judge me, don't judge me, don't judge me. Who are you to judge me? Who are you to judge me? And it's like, okay, you claim to be Christian, and but again, they're Lutheran, so it's not even really like a main Orthodox Christianity. It's kind of like on the
okay.
side, you know. Yeah.
So, what about, did you come across rich young women in Swedish, bro? And was it the same as them? Are they checking for brothers too?
Yeah,
These
yeah,
rich
I
young
did.
women.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
you do have to be careful because a lot of them they're very arrogant, extremely arrogant, you know. Um, a person who's like between 18 and 23 years old, who's like they come from rich families, they're always hanging around with like the rich white guys, you know. And these white guys, I'll be honest, like pause, they're like well-to-do and they're really handsome guys too. Like a bunch of chads. Like if you got a bunch of Tyrones, you got a bunch of chads. So you got to come correct. But you will see a lot of women who are spoiled, especially when you go to the grocery store, you see these women like swiping. And remember, guys, when you go to Sweden, it's a card country. You really don't have cash. You don't need to have cash at all. Have a MasterCard, have a Visa or an Amex, which works in certain establishments. But a MasterCard, you'll be fine. And you just see women just swiping right and left, like 1,000, 2,000, $3,000. But I did see a lot of rich older women, like baddies, like, and they're like all like rich, you know, strong, independent. I don't need no man. It's like, you know. So yeah,
Okay. Thank you, bro. What about social media? Obviously, we know social media is a problem in America and the rest of Western countries. Is it the same out there in Sweden, West social media, bro, and the whole toxic, what the whole toxicness of it, bro? Sorry,
yeah,
brothers.
yeah. Not to the level of the West. I'll be honest. That I agree because I did see a lot of women that were like really, really, really bad. They knew they were beautiful, but I don't think they realized how beautiful they were. Because again, because everybody's so beautiful, so a lot of the men they're like, meh. So you see women with like 1,000, 2,000 followers, and you know definitely if she was somewhere like in New York or where it's crazy, she would have like an OF and she would have like 600,000 followers. Um, but I did see a lot of them. They are on social media, but I noticed in these Scandinavian countries, the ones that are most active on social media are the women who are in like fitness, the women in the gym, right?
Mm,
The women who do fitness, and then they use that to like put like butt pics and they show their curves, and you know how women are on social media. Those that niche of women, those gym women, they come to the gym just for attention and they take a bunch of pictures. Um, and they're all like personal trainers, and then it takes them to their link tree, which takes them to their OF. It's always like that. It's always like that same path. You know, this is my gym. I'm a personal trainer. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Norway or I'm from Sweden. I'm from Stockholm, and then their link tree, which takes them to their gym athlete, 20% off discount, and then their
yeah.
OF. It's always like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Okay. Hold on, brother. Shout out to Mr. Aaron Harwood for the $5 super sticker. Thank you for the support, Mr. Aaron Harwood. That means a lot to me. We have over 120 people watching. There should be a lot more support for this stream tonight, brothers. What's going on, brothers? No, show love to me. Hit the like button, hit the cash app, hit the super chats, man. And like I said, join the Patreon diamond tier to hear the explicit version of this live stream. Appreciate you, Mr. Aaron Howard, for the support. Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother. So, next question for you, brother, is online dating. Was
Mhm.
that a success for you out there in Sweden? And if so, what apps did you use, bro?
Yeah. I laid the groundwork. Um, well before, like even because I booked my flight like literally 6 months. That's why I'm able to travel a lot because I book my flights like 6 months before I travel, like sometimes even 1 year. Like I have time, you know. I plan everything well in advance. And then let's say like 6 months, even 4 months before, I go on Tinder, I go crazy, I get a bunch of matches, and I message all of them. 50% of them were messaging. No, not even. I would say 70% of the women messaged me first, and that's where I started to get the story because like first message is like my black king, oh, beautiful chocolate man, or chocolate, or Mr. Kit Kat. This lady, she's like
Hold,
Mr. Kit
wait,
Kat, and she put like
hold on,
so
bro.
weird, bro.
Hold on,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
My black king. You telling me a white Swedish girl messaged you and told you my black king? What the
Yes,
hell's
I
going
heard that
on?
like 4 times. I heard that 4 times, man. It kind of like, yeah, my black king. I was like, oh my God. And they were like serious, like they were serious. And she was one of them, she was like expressing her desire for them to have like, she's like, she's like, I want to have genetically superior male babies. I was like, so what is that? She's like, well, Scandinavian woman, Viking descendant, and a black man. She's like, that's the pinnacle. And she started going on some weird like social conspiracy like weird rant, and she was not joking. Like she was serious, and she was even taking me to these weird website or the Black New World Order or something like that. I don't know, man. These things people are weird, man. But anyways, I made I was successful on Tinder. I was very successful on Tinder. So by the time I was coming, I had like five, no, sorry, I had three. I had three women who were ready to pick me up at the airport, and they wanted to know if I arrived. So Tinder was more than enough for me. Tinder was more than enough for me. As for me, what I would tell them, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Or I would say, I always use this line and it always works for me. I'm always like, I definitely need to see you when I come to, or I would say this line has worked for me in my whole life. If I'm traveling, I always say, I appoint you as my tour guide. I always say that. I always open with that line. I'm like, I appoint you as my tour guide. And all of them are like, oh, really? And or one of them is like, oh, thank you. What did I do to deserve this title as your tour guide? And I just make some like funny joke and then we just start talking. Then before you know, do you have Snapchat? Boom. And then if there's like really thirsty into black guys, they start just sending you a bunch of like explicit pictures. And it's like bam, 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 bam. And it's like it's kind of overwhelming sometimes. But guys, this only happens to you if you come correct. Don't come looking like a crackhead, guys. Please. Right? Look coming correct. IP explained this, Theo explained this, J Bones explained this, the two twins, I forgot their names. You know who I'm talking about, IP.
Yes, yes.
Uh they explained this, right? But anyways, IP explained this. He even has a video about this, guy. Pay attention. Dress properly. Don't dress looking like a crackhead and don't look like a thug. No extra large icy white tees with big chains and don't do that. It's really not a good look. Okay. Um, because as much as they love these black men, they will not to talk to black men who look like trash. I'm telling you, and these women are not like they're not foolish. They can differentiate somebody who is looking like trash or in somebody who looks professional. You can be from Africa or you can be from the United States. If you look like a bum and you act like a bum and you talk like a bum, they will know it and they will not talk to you. You know, so be very careful.
Dang. So let me ask this, bro. So that open line you do, I appoint when they say you appoint them as the tour guide. Is that the
Mhm.
opening line you do when you match with them, or is that down the line when you're conversating with them, bro?
No, the moment I match, like I do that. Like I like to be honest, it started working with me. It started working with me when I went to Iceland. Um, sorry, no. It started working with me when I went to Germany. Every time I say it, I always get like a funny response. And then in Canada, it worked with me a lot. Like for example, I'm like, oh, I'm coming. In my profile, I just say I will be visiting. It's not my favorite city, but I always say I will be visiting um my favorite city soon, right? And so, like, let's say if my passport is in Sweden, I'll be like, I'll be visiting my favorite city soon, right? So, like, basically, I'm saying, like, I'm telling these women that Stockholm is my favorite city, right? Then I match with them, and a lot of times when they start conversing, they're like, "Oh, so why do you think Stockholm is your favorite city?" Right? And then right, and that's what and I say I'm from Canada, obviously, but like when I text them, I just say I appoint you as my tour guide. This literally the line that has worked personally worked for me, and they're like, "Oh, thank you." and they're like, "Oh, I'll be honored." And then like they start asking you like questions, like itinerary questions. Like this woman, she wanted to know my whole itinerary, like where are you gonna go, where are you gonna stay, what are you gonna do. And I was like, I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. And she laughed. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I want you to have a very good time, and I want you to enjoy the country, and I want you to enjoy me." I'm like, "Oh, damn, okay."
Oh, enjoy.
These girls be sly, man. These girls be playing. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Sweden.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Jeremy Sears, Hall of Fame member, Patreon member, always supporting every stream. I appreciate this brother so much, man. Much love to you, Jeremy Sears, for the $25 super chat. He says, salute IP, salute to you too, Mr. Jeremy Sears. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro. This has been a great stream so far. A couple more questions, bro. So I was going to ask you what you think are the bad parts about Swedish women, but we know they're feminist. We know that the love for brothers is too much to the point where it could be unbearable. Any other bad parts about them, brother, apart from those two?
No, no. I think, honestly speaking, I think if because it's really sad. Like you see somebody who's so beautiful, like like they're gifted on a physical level, but then they're destroyed and poisoned mentally. At least they're feminine about it. I will like, give them that. I've met a lot of women, like even when they're like literally mentioning strong feminist points, they're not loud. I had a discussion with a lady and she was literally like delusional. That's all I'm gonna say. She was completely delusional, but not even once did she show any disrespect or any masculine traits. But I will say, that's the unfortunate thing. Like these women, other than that, there's nothing else that is feminine negative about them. It's just but it's just it holds so much weight. Their feminist mentality, their "I don't need a man" mentality, their disdain for men, their hatred for men. You see a woman and their pride, they're so prideful. Like you're literally like a 130-pound woman, and you say anything a man can do, or anything a man does, a woman can do. Okay, lift this block for me. You can't do it. So just swallow your pride and accept that men and women are different. But they're so arrogant, they refuse to accept. But other than that, there's nothing negative about them. They're clean, very excellent hygiene. They take care of themselves. They dress well. Their apartments are clean. I did see a lot of women smoking, but a lot of them, to be honest, they don't smoke. They're very fit. A lot of them, they bike around, they walk around. So eh, everything that I said, we spoke in this whole stream was a negative part. There's nothing else I can really mention.
Let me ask this, bro. So if you were to take a Swedish chick to America, right?
Hmm.
Do you think that she would only become even more worse in America, or would even American people just think she's crazy? Even American women that we know who are feminists are thinking, no, this is just too much BS.
Hmm.
Well, what would happen if you brought her to America, a Swedish chick that you married, bro?
American women are the OGs of feminism, but I think that Swedish women, if they went to America, American women will be asking them for tips, for advice
Oh God.
on how to be even worse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna give this an example. This is something my dad always told me. The devil is the worst thing ever. The devil is worse. And you have certain human beings, they're so bad. But there are certain human beings, they are so evil that the devil himself will go to them to get lessons from them. The devil will
Oh,
be like, even I wouldn't do that stuff. You should teach me how to be evil. That's the relationship between Swedish women or Scandinavian women, and and American women, which means that in terms of the feminist theory, Swedish women are really well versed in it. Um, but in terms of like being, I'm telling you, if a Swedish barrage of women came to United States, American women would take so many tips from them on how to like control, have much more control. Because right now it's still a battle going on in the United States. But imagine the United States became a complete feminist utopia, like complete, which means the woman, whatever she says, it goes absolutely in charge. Bunch of women
oh,
in politics, bunch of women in key positions of power, bunch of women in societal. Whatever the woman says, it goes. It doesn't matter what she does, it goes. If you're a man, even if you voice your opinion, you're done. Like you're absolutely done. I think they will get a lot of tips from them. The only thing I think the feminists, the women from Sweden, they'll be taken aback about how masculine, American women are. Because again, Swedish women are feminine physically, but they have um, the feminist mentality inside, right? They don't really show it. They may not show it outward, but mentally, it's there. The disease is there. But in the United States, it's still the OGs of feminism. You know what I'm saying? If you go to like California, these are like literally the top bosses. So yeah,
Lord, thanks for that, bro.
yeah.
Man, I hope the rapture just comes as soon as possible because I'm tired of this feminist crap. Honestly, it's abnormal and it's evil. Um, Let me ask this, bro. Um, are Swedish women materialistic?
Uh, let's see. I would say so a little bit, but to be honest, it's like kind of tolerable. Because they work hard for their money. So it's like, okay, you work for hard for your money. You made your own money. I can respect you. But let's say if you're in a relationship with a Swedish woman, she wouldn't expect you to look like in United States. This complete like nagging, cajoling, ball busting, demanding woman. No, they're not like that. Buy me a Gucci bag. Buy me this. Buy me that. Buy me this. Buy me that. Buy me this. No, 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 no. They're not. They're not. They won't, they're not like that. They love their fashion. Like again, Scandinavian women are very clean. Swedish women are extremely clean. You will not find dirt on the street. The society is clean. I give them that and I respect them for that. And I think Western countries should adopt that because let's be honest, our streets are dirty, man. Um, but if you're in a relationship with a Swedish woman, I know you would not she would not be demanding for you to buy her stuff, right? She can do it because you'll be like, I don't need you, right? I don't need you. I can do it myself. Um, um, And it's these things that just piss me off so much. Like this lady, she's like, "Well, I just want you to know that I don't need men. I only want men." I'm like, in my mind, I was like, "Listen, you're like 52 years old. You're gonna die alone. What are you talking about? You need a man right now, or else you'll die alone." Like, what? Anyways, let's change topics. I don't know.
Damn. All right, so brother,
Yeah.
let me ask this, brother. Um, okay. Um, where is it? So, did you cold approach women out there, or did women cold approach you? If so,
Mm.
how did you cold approach them? And what was your success rate in cold approaching Swedish women? And do they even like being approached, seeing how feminist they are?
Mm. They were taken aback when it comes to cold approaching. Like I said earlier in the stream, that a lot of the women there, Swedish women generally, or Swedish people in general, they're a bit antisocial, or they're not going to say antisocial, but they're a bit to themselves. So they're not used to cold approaching. So when you cold approaching, sometimes they look at you weird. But after that, if you're able to break that ice, I'm telling you, you can have a decent conversation with them. So I did a cold approach, but not too much. I'll be honest. I did a cold approach more in Stockholm than I did in Malmo. In Malmo, I did not need to cold approach, but in Stockholm, I did cold approach. I cold approach maybe like 3 4 times, and I had a like 90% rate. Well, I approached 4 women, so I had 3 out of 4. I had a very good rate. The other one, she told me she had a boyfriend, and I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. But then she still offered to show me around the city, so that was kind of weird. Um, but other than that, yeah, cold approach will be fine. Yeah.
So, how were you pulling women in Malmo?
My presence alone. That's it. My presence alone. I'm kind of lucky because I'm from Canada. They're a bit more used to American men, even though they're rare, but I'm even more rare. And I'm from Canada. So they're like, oh my God, where's Canada? Which part of Canada? Um, and they're like really interested. But like I went to Malmo purely to party and to just chill and have a good time because again, it's right across Copenhagen. Um, but like no, in Malmo, I was the women were just like literally coming. Like I was, for example, I went to coffee shop for breakfast, and literally like I was sitting down and literally like where like it's 2 seats, and I was just like literally sitting and I was just watching. I finished eating my breakfast and I was just watching a TV show, right? And I was just sitting and literally this woman, she just came, like 21. She was like petite, right? Really pretty, really cute. 21, 22. No, she told me she was 22. Sorry. She just came, literally just came, sat right in front of me. I was like, hello. She's like, is this seat taken? I'm like, no. She's like, then I can sit and have breakfast with you. I'm like, I'm done my breakfast. She's like, well, then we can talk. I'm
Oh,
like, okay.
what?
It was just that straightforward, man. It was just that straightforward. And I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there, and that's it. And then we just started talking. She's like, "So where are you from?" I'm like, "This." She's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Because I come here for breakfast all the time, so I know who comes here." And I've never seen you, and blah 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 blah. She's like, "Do you need somebody to show you around the city?" I was like, "No." This was weird. She's like, "Do you need somebody to show around you the city?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I have somebody." She's like, "Is she prettier than me?" I'm like, "What?
What?
Why are these women asking these questions?" And I was
Is
like,
she prettier than her? She said that.
"Yeah."
Whoa.
She's like, she's like, "Is the girl that's showing you around, is she prettier than me?" I was like, "What makes you think it's a woman who's showing you around?" She's like, "There's no way you have guys showing you around." I was like, "Okay, touche, you got me there." And I took her number. I mean, she did get me there. And she's like, "There's no way there's guys showing you around Malmo. Come on, it's women." I was like, "Okay, okay, okay." And I didn't answer her question. I don't know what I said, and I just avoided answering because you don't want to avoid you don't want to say yes because she'll get pissed off, and you don't want to say no because you're gonna boost her ego, and you never want to do that with women, right?
Mm.
Um, don't try to boost their ego. They already got simps thirsting for them in their DMs, so you don't want to be the next one. And I avoided, and I ended up getting her number, and she asked to be with me, but then again, guys, like we said earlier, get tested. I asked her if she was tested. She said yeah, she just recovered from chlamydia like 2 weeks ago. I was like, absolutely not. Bye. I'm not interested. I don't care if it
Nah,
was 2 weeks ago. It's too recent for me. Sorry. And yeah,
nah. Hey, this great
yeah,
story, bro. Wow.
yeah.
Next question for you, brother, is what's the ratio of women to men in Sweden and particularly in Stockholm and Malmo? Was it more men than women? More women than men, 50-50
I would say it
in
was
both cities?
50-50. I would say
Okay.
it's 50-50. One of the clubs that I went to in Sweden, to be honest, there was so many men. It was like a sausage fest. I kind of got annoyed. So I wanted to leave. But to be honest, I didn't really need to leave because I'm a black guy. So like a lot of the women, a lot of the guys were just like talking, dancing, and chilling and stuff. We see like so many guys. It's just weird, man. But there's a lot of chicks too. But like they were like literally concentrated in their little cliques and their little circles. Um, but when I went to Malmo, there was a lot of women. Oh my God, man. Those women everywhere. There were women everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
no problem.
Um, okay, so is it 50-50 in Malmo or more women than men, like 55% women to 45% men in Malmo?
In my mind, it was like 60% women, 40% men in Malmo.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
bro. Any N-word use out there said to you, said by people when they were singing rap songs or said to you directly as racism or in general, bro?
No, no. But they did not understand the history of black or the black struggle or black men. So a lot of them didn't even understand why it was such a like a sensitive sensitive word. They didn't understand it. But they did not I did not hear mention it. I did not hear anybody mention it. I did hear somebody um I did hear this. Remember the story I said about the black man who was um who was annoyed because I said who was like annoyed because he was kind of being like racist. He was kind of I don't know what he said. He said this particular word, and I think it's like a uh I don't know if it sounded like a slur or something like that, but I was
He was
not.
black or was he white Swedish when I was angry that you were with a Swedish girl in
Yeah, he was
the
getting annoyed because he was making like really snide comments, like you know, like don't you have a woman in your own country? I'm like, what country? He's like Africa. I'm like, he's like, I don't want to
what?
get into it, but
Yeah.
he wanted to, but he made some, but I think he kept saying, and he kept like saying he kept saying like svarta, which means black, I think. He's like svarta. He's like here is there's a lot of you have svarta in Africa. I'm like I'm not from Africa. I'm from Canada, right? He's like, well, you have your svartas with you wherever you come from, and you should leave our blancas alone. I was like, okay, whatever. I think svarta means black or something like that, right? So yeah, um, and other racist stuff happened, but I don't want to get into that. That is for another time. But no, everybody else was chill. Everybody else was chill.
Or other racist stuff happened in Sweden to you. Oh,
Only once in what's it called? Only once in. It did not happen to me. It happened to another brother. So I was in the club, and there was this brother. He was like, man, he was like, yo, he took over the room when we went to the club because I met him because in my Airbnb where I was staying, there was a few brothers, right? All of them were actually from Germany, but this one he was from the US. He was from Orlando, and I met him. We started talking, and he's like, "So where are you from?" I was like, "I'm from Canada." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool." So I was like, "Whatever." I'm like, "So brother, like, what are you here?" He's like, he looked at me. He's like, "Bro, what are you doing here?" I was like, "Bro, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Let's not answer the question. We know why we're here." Yo, we all know why we're there. And after that, he's like, I'm going to this particular club. Like, he's like, I was there last night and I had a lot of fun. You should come with me. I was like, I can come with you, but I don't drink. He's like, yeah, don't worry, man. Dude, this guy, he steps into the club, bro. He captured the room. This guy was like 6'5", 6'5", big, big, like big, like. But I'll be honest, he was ugly. He was extremely ugly, like hideous. I'm not joking. I'm sorry. Oh my god, bro. Like 3 on 10. But he was a big, strong black dude, right? Um, and he stepped in. Girls was talking to him, and girls were again because he was exuding that masculinity, right? And you see a bunch of white guys. They look like betas in front of him. They look like betas, and so he took me to his section. We sat down. We started talking, and this woman came and started talking to him, and I think he didn't like her. He rejected her. She was hot, to be honest, but like again, uh, I think because he's so used to these women, so he knows who's truly hot, who's not. So he rejected her, and then she left. And when she came back, and she started like insulting him. She's like, blah blah blah. And then I remember she said this particular line in English. She was like, I don't know if I can say it on the stream.
Yeah. So if it's a slur, don't say
No, it
it,
was
bro.
not. It was not a slur, but it's just like extremely racist. She not extremely okay, but she's like, if it was not for, she's like basically what she was saying is like, if it was not for you guys having like 8-inch dongs, nobody would care about you black people.
What?
Like, oh my god, bro, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you guys, you have to be careful because again, they see you for a lot of these women, they think is, oh, he has a big thing down there, and so that's
And
why
what
I
did he
said you guys
say?
have to come.
What did
And he
what
just
did he
laughed.
say?
Yo, he didn't say anything. He just laughed. He just kept kissing the girl next to him. He had like bodies all around him, and I was just there like the poor guy with like one girl. Yo, man, and he told me he's been to Sweden like 50 times. And I told him, so like, have you fallen in love with a Swedish woman? He's like, absolutely not. He's like, I would never marry a Swedish woman, right? And I was like, okay, but he just laughed because he had an abundance mindset. Why is he gonna care what one girl says to him? He has a bunch of women around him. Why should he care? You know? And
Yep.
yeah, so
So
and the guys that does you have to think like that abundance mindset.
but in general, is Swedish safe for black men? Were there
Oh yeah,
any
yeah, yeah.
were there any dangers to be aware of in Sweden?
No, 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 no. To be honest, and a lot of the people they wanted to me to feel comfortable. They were asking me like, "Do you feel safe? Is there anything we can do? Is there?" And I was asking. The only thing I'm gonna say is the Arabs. They have a bad reputation. A lot of people, the men and the women, they hate. When I say hate, I am not joking, man. Um, and it happens in every country. A country can be generally non-racist, but there'd be that one country that you just hate because of the trouble they're causing. And a lot of the people they told me, yeah, we hate Arabs. And remember, I speak Arabic, so I'm a black guy who speaks Arabic, right? Because of where I originally come from. So they're like, well, you're different. I was like, oh boy. I was like, so that was another thing. But they said a lot of the Arabs that they cause trouble, and also a lot of EPAR. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of EPAR
Hmm.
happens to women. So the women they have to. They're very like like if they see a white Arab dude, they're like, ugh, nah, I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm not, nah, because probably he has. It's really bad. They have that reputation in Sweden, especially the ones the ones who are coming from like refugees and all that stuff. Yeah.
What about black African men fresh off the boat from Nigeria, Ghana,
I'll
Somalia,
be honest.
Western countries?
I'll be honest. I've seen some Nigerian dudes who were like literally like killing it there, man. They were like killing it there. Um, I my Airbnb because my Airbnb was, to be honest, like as much as she was for the streets, She was really chill. Like from time to time, me and her talk, and I was asking her a bunch of questions, and she told me, that she knows some Nigerian dudes. Her and her friends, they dated them for like maybe 6, 7, 8 months. They learned everything. They She said those men were so cool. They're from Nigeria, and they learned how to make the ones who are Nigerian or the ones who are Ghanaian or the ones who like are even Igbo or Hausa. They know these foods. They know how to make fufu. They know how to make kenke. Do you know these foods, IP?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, fufu, kenke, jollof rice. I mean, everybody knows jollof rice. Um, some of these foods, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm like," and this girl knows how to make like all of these foods, and she even knows how to speak pidgin English. It was weird, man. So, uh, I've seen some Nigerian dudes. I'll be honest, they killed it, but the way they killed it is by not looking like an immigrant. They looked like a person who's came to Sweden and wanted to build a better life, and adapted to the Swedish culture. And the key to that was by learning the language. Like I met this Nigerian dude, he learned Swedish, and he told me the moment I learned Swedish, what I do is I just walk around and I speak Swedish to the women. And when they ask me where you're from, I'm like, I'm from Nigeria. And they're like, oh, this is the perfect combo. Black man who's from Nigeria, from the homeland, with an 8-inch and at the same time speaks Swedish. We're gonna jump on that. Yeah,
So
man. These were yeah.
so how you got dress out there in a suit or elegant, with dress shirt, nice shoes, clean trousers, aka pants for Americans. Just dress normally. Don't just like a rapper or Dipset member or 50 Cent.
Mhm. Yeah, don't dress like that. Dress casual. You don't have to have a suit. I don't have suits. I hate suits. Even on my graduation, I didn't even wear a suit. I don't care. I didn't care. Um, but like just a nice shirt. That's it. A nice shirt, nice jeans. None of that skin tight garbage. Um, Absolutely not. You're a man. Stop dressing like a woman. Okay, respect yourself. Have a nice haircut. Make sure you have a nice beard because a lot of women are attracted to beards since the Viking times. It's a sign of masculinity and the capability of violence. And yeah, have nice shoes. Have nice. If you want to have like sneakers, make sure they're not like Jordans. Come on. Um, Make sure they're like decent shoes, like like decent sneakers, but not like maybe Yeezys. Maybe you can get away with that, but even then, it's like you know what I'm saying. Loafers are great; those are always great. And or a nice white T-shirt, or a nice gray T-shirt, or a nice black T-shirt.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Or you
Thank
can
you,
have a
bro.
cap too, but none of that like weird caps, like New York cap. Have like a cap that like people don't know. Like I had a hockey cap, and that gave me a lot of looks. People are like, oh, this cap is interesting, because people are curious. They're like, oh, this cap is interesting. Which? Because I had a hockey cap, Pittsburgh Penguins, because it's my favorite team, hockey team, and they're like, oh, okay, and then we just started talking from there.
Fantastic. Thank you, bro.
No
So I
problem.
guess the caps like that curve. I think they're the ones that look a
Those.
bit more good instead of the snapback ones. I don't wear that anymore. That's some
Yeah, yeah,
hood
yeah,
stuff, bro. Hood stuff.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah. Like the
Um,
baseball caps, you mean?
yeah, I don't wear that no more, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
20 years ago. I stopped wearing that many years ago. I was like, nah, bro. All right, so two
yeah.
more questions for you, bro.
Okay.
Height. Is
Mhm.
that important out there for Swedish women? Because obviously Sweden is a tall country. A lot
Mhm.
of the men are tall. Even a lot of the females are tall as well.
Mhm.
Would you say height is important? If so, what's the minimum that they'll be okay with in the height and the
Mhm.
man, bro? And keep it real with us, bro. No cap on the channel, no cap.
Okay, I met a lot of the women. They told me they will not date a guy under 5'10". I'll be honest. Like, yo, these are uncomfortable realities. They told me that we're not gonna date a guy that's under 5'10", but at the same time, they're not gonna make a big fuss out of it. Like, if a person who's like 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", they're not. They might not like that. I'll be honest with you. Um, we have to accept certain requirements that women have from men, just like women have to accept certain requirements men have out of women. It's always been like that. If you're a guy who's 5'4", I have this tip for you. Dress well, go to the gym, because you can't be a fat dude. Okay? Being fat and obese is absolutely unacceptable in 2022. But if you're 5'4", dude, just behave like as if, how would you, just behave like the way you would if you were 6'1". That's it. That's all I have to tell you, right? If you're somebody who's under who's 5'8" and under, behave and act just like the way you would act if you were 6'1". Because if you're 6'1" with a nice haircut, you would have a lot of confidence. So first thing, go to the gym, get your money right, dress properly, and approach women. And women will talk to you. Don't worry, you'll be fine. But I met a lot of women, especially the ones who were like 30 and up. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna date a man who's under 5'10", because like a woman who's 6'1", you think she wants a guy who's 5'7"? Absolutely not,
No.
right? Like
What about
like
young women? Young women, are they? Do they have those? Do they have those strict height requirements? The young women, let's say 18 to 23, 24.
no, I think they'll be fine with it. But for a long-term relationship, they might feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Mm.
But they won't like cancel you like like in the United States. You approach a girl and they just her and her friends start calling you boy, and they just like curve you, right? They swipe left in real life on your face. Not in Sweden, you won't find that. Um, See, that's what I like about Sweden. Even if they reject you, they're much soft about it, right? They don't reject you and then clown you in front of your whole friends. They don't do that stuff. So at least you have that going for yourself. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. What about Swedish women's weights?
Hmm.
Are they skinny, slim, thick, or fat on average, bro?
Slim, thick, slim
Oh,
and slim, thick, slim and slim, thick. Yeah, you don't find you like again. A lot of women told me like I know this chick. She told me she's like I cannot. She told me she's like I have because for them exercise, hiking, visiting random nature places around the country, um biking, it's part of the life, it's part of lifestyle. When you start doing something to such an extent, for example, me going to the gym at nights, it's just part of the lifestyle. Like after this stream I'm going to the gym, right? It's just something I do. It's something I even think about doing, just like a person gets up and drinks water. It's just something you just do. Same thing for them. Gym and fitness is so it's looked down to be fat. It's looked down to be overweight, right? It's not good for your body and it's shameful. That's why in certain countries there's even a tax on that of buying like junk food. So yeah, slim thing. I did meet a few women with big big posteriors, but there were I would say maybe 30% of them were Swedish. They were usually Swedish mix. So Swedish like, mixed with black, or Swedish mixed with Asian, or Swedish mixed with Arab. For example, I met this chick. She was half Swedish, half Moroccan. Oh my god.
oh,
Oh my
what?
god, bro.
God damn!
Man.
Did you do your thing with her, or did you
Yo,
get closer
I
to her,
chatted
bro?
her.
What happened, bro?
Yeah, I chatted her up because remember, like I'm black Moroccan. Oh, I'm part black Moroccan. So I chatted her up and I started speaking Moroccan, bro. She turned red. She turned red like a tomato. She blushed, bro. I mean, her started talking, and she's like, "Yo, I would like to get to know you." She wanted to take me out, blah 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 blah. But unfortunately, it was my last day, and
Oh, damn.
she told me she actually called me this morning. She called me this morning. She's like, "Listen, I know you're coming to Sweden next week. Please, 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 let me pick you up from the airport." I was like, "Okay, fine, you can pick me up from the
Ooh.
airport." Yeah, man, Swedish Moroccan, and Moroccans, they got big, like,
Yeah,
yeah, you
they're
know what I'm
fit, bro,
saying?
in the right
Oh,
places. Oh, yeah.
perfect places, man.
This guy knows, man. This guy knows Moroccan chicks like I do.
I do, I
They're
do.
thick, bro. Slim thick. Damn,
Bad. So
they're
yeah,
bad. Mm.
yeah, man. Yeah.
So last question, Baba, before I open up the phone lines. Should brothers travel alone or in a group to
Mm.
Sweden, and why?
If you're going to Stockholm, you can be fine alone. If you're going to like somewhere like Malmo, I would advise you to go with somebody. The reason why I would advise you because a lot of the women they come with their friend, so you want to have like one for one guy and one for the other guy. And let me tell you guys, don't you won't you'll be fine. It's not like in the US. If you approach a woman and she has like her friend with her, the woman will try to like C block you, and then after that, one is ugly and one is beautiful. No, 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 no. In Sweden, one is beautiful and the other is beautiful. They're both beautiful. So like yeah. So you with your friend, you guys can be like, oh no, I'll have this one and the other one will have that one, right? Um, or if you're lucky, you can get like a ménage à trois, which I was lucky, but again, go to the Patreon to get extra details on that. But
Yeah.
if you're going to Stockholm now, you'll be fine as a solo travel. If you're going to Iceland, you should go with somebody. The reason why is because I'm telling you, you need somebody to take some pressure off you, man. God, these women they're like hunting like hyenas. So you don't want to have too many women on you because it makes you feel uneasy. So you need another brother with you to take off some pressure. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
bro.
no
So
problem.
brother, so like the brother said, we recorded a Patreon exclusive version of this stream on the Patreon. Brother, do you mind telling brothers that how good that Patreon recording did for we did for Sweden? An hour and 30 minutes. Brothers, join that Patreon diamond tier to watch it because it's incredible the experiences that this brother went through with Swedish women in the bedroom, but that's only for the Patreon diamond tier. Ain't that right, Mo?
Yes, guys, please subscribe to the Patreon exclusive version. That's actually what like really hit me or really got me into IP's channel, because I started searching around. I ended up finding your channel, and after that, I remember one of the streams that you did. You kept insisting that, I don't know, one of the brothers. I think one of the brother, yeah, the Colombian brother. I really wanted to hear the explicit version of Colombia, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump the gun, and and when I started listening, I was like, oh my god, these women are something else, man. And but yeah, I had a lot of fun in Sweden. I had a lot of fun in Iceland, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, show support, send in super chats, show your support for the channel. IP is doing a lot of work. Shout out to him. He's after this stream, he's gonna do another 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour stream with the Korean and her. Like you said, Korean leading her boyfriend. But guys, this explicit version for the Swedish trip that I had is gonna be really, is gonna be it was really really good. Yeah. And again, next week I'm going to Sweden, but I'm literally going there to visit. I'm not gonna even talk to girls. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, after the experience I've had, I'm not I'm gonna stay away from them. Like, absolutely not. Oh my god.
Hey, damn, thank you, bro. So
Thank you.
we're gonna have like a 20 to 30 minutes call-in show, brothers. As you know, I have the Korean stream right after this one, so gonna keep the call-ins short and concise, 20 minutes to half an hour, and I'm gonna end the stream and jump on the Korean girlfriend stream. So, brothers, like I said, here's a link to the Patreon in the live stream chat to listen to the explicit version of the stream. If you want one-to-one IT consultations, join the Patreon diamond tier. If you want to if you want more benefits, make sure you join that Patreon diamond tier. Read through the benefits. There's a lot of benefits on there. And to hear this explicit stream, join the Patreon diamond tier. As you can see, brothers, I'm also on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to know more about the channel, my thoughts, channel updates, follow me on Twitter and send me a DM if you want to, brothers. If you want to get in our Facebook group and Discord server, you must be a part of the Patreon. So join the Patreon to intermingle and speak with high value Black men. Okay. So here's a link to the Facebook group, brothers. Okay. But if you're on the Patreon, you get added to the Facebook group immediately, and you'll be invited to our incredible Discord server, brothers. Here's a link to the Cash App. The Cash App is open 24/7, so please support the channel via the Cash App. YouTube takes a 30% cut of each super chat. Cash App doesn't, so please support the channel via the Cash App. Every of your donation will come to the channel, and that'll be greatly appreciated, brothers. Thank you. I'm also on Instagram as well, brothers. So please follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM on Instagram if needed. I will get back to you. If you actually want to come on the channel and share your experiences of any countries you've been to, hit me up on Instagram. We can set that up. Once again, if you want to come on this channel, if you want to be interviewed on this channel to share your experiences with brothers, like-minded brothers, please hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll get back to you, brothers. We can definitely set that up. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. Please be respectful to our guest, or you will be punished. Please get the likes up, brothers. Hit the like button if you have not liked this stream already. And let's get some more super chats and cash apps thrown in, man. This was another great live stream, so please support the channel via the Cash App and super chats, man. Okay, thank you, brothers. So call in, brothers. Call in. Oh, classic. Classic. Young as I got my suit and tie, I'ma get it on the floor tonight. All dressed up in black and white. Let me show you a few things. All right, man. Come on, brothers. Call in. If you have any questions for our guests, call in. If you can't call in, please cash up and super chat your questions, okay? I repeat, if you cannot call in, you must cash up and super chat your questions. If you can't cash up and super chat, call in to speak to the brother, okay? So, Mo, let me ask this, brother, while I wait for a caller. Were there any other places and cities that you heard was also good for brothers to go to apart from Stockholm and Malmo in Sweden? Can't hear you, bro. You there, Mo?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I can hear you now.
I was
Did
on
you hear
mute,
my
I
question?
think. Yeah, I heard your question, yes. Other cities apart from Stockholm and Malmo, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I heard about this city called Gothenburg. I wanted to go there, but unfortunately I went because I know Gothenburg has a larger population, like a double the population of Malmo. So, but I met some women in Malmo who are from Gothenburg, and they told me, come to Gothenburg because in Gothenburg there is literally no black brothers there. There's nobody there. So just the mere fact you're walking on the street, people will talk to you. People will look at you because for example, like when in those movies where like you enter like somebody like there's a character that enters like a bar or something like that, and then just the music stuff like that's exactly when it's gonna happen when you go to Gothenburg. So actually, next week when I travel, I'm gonna pass by there, just to see how the city is. And yeah, and again, Sweden is a beautiful country. So there's so many places. The more rural you go, the more love you're gonna get.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Also, brother, is it acceptable for, let's say, a brother who's 30 to be dating a Swedish chick that's 21 and 20?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But of course, there'll be a barrage of women who will shame you for it. Older women who will shame you for it. They will shame you for it as usual because it's the part of the feminist garbage. Men have to date older women. It's like, no, you're an old prune and a hag. I'm not gonna date an old prune and a hag. And but then they will say, oh, but women should be allowed because they're sexually free. They should be allowed to date men who are younger, because they have more experience. Of course, you have more experience because you've been through the streets. But it's like, come on. But generally speaking, yeah, if you're a 30-year-old guy, you'll be fine. Like, and the women like that were 21, they want you. Like they want you. So yeah.
This is good. Thank you, bro. So, Monte L, can you turn your camera on in the background for a couple seconds so I know you're actually a brother? It's just to see that you're not a troll. Where you from, Monte L? Type it in the private chat, bro. Are you a brother? Type in the private chat, bro. Where you from, bro? Are you Black American? Okay, awesome, bro. Okay, thank you, bro. Turn your camera off, bro. Let me bring in Mr. Monte L. What's going on, Monte? How you doing, bro?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
Yes.
brother. Loud and clear. Sorry about that, but I had to
Okay.
make sure that you actually were a brother.
Yeah. I mean, I got love for my white brothers out there too. Being half black, half white. So I got love for my white brothers, anyways. But yeah, like my question isn't necessarily about like the girls. I mean, and of course, Swedish girls got beauty. Like I travel, like I write code, and like
Oh,
I'm not like a baller or anything, but like I want to like live in a place where like I can stretch my coin. So like I heard that like Sweden, like the cost of living is high, so like that's something like I'm interested in. Like, could you like speak on that?
go on, Mo.
Yes. So your question is on what the cost of living, or your question is on like finding jobs, like and working in IT.
Oh well, like I make $1,200 a month. So
Okay.
like, you think that $1,200 could like I could like
Damn.
that could go far in Sweden, like it can in like Colombia, Argentina?
I think you'll be fine because if you're somebody who works in like like I think um the average salary is like what 3,500 euros in Sweden. So like if you're working in IT, like you'll make you'll be fine. Like no, I think what you make right now, you might have to increase that a bit to be a bit more comfortable. In which city are you from? Are you from New York or something?
Oh, I live in a city that's like south of Chicago called Springfield.
Springfield, like Simpsons?
Yeah, kind of something like that.
Okay, because I'm from Canada, so like the conversion is a bit wonky for me. But yeah, I think you said 1,200. If you're able to increase that to 2,000 per month, then you'll be fine.
Okay.
If you're able to increase that to 2,000, you'll be fine. But you're right, Code. Like I think if you increase your skills and like a few, like you'll be fine. Because I did not. I met only a few women. I met like two women who were from that field, and they said, listen, like there's a lot of money to be made. It is the future, anyways. So and remember, like Sweden is like the first one to adopt credit cards or something like that, I think, or one of the payment cards, and they're like the first one to become like almost officially a cashless society. So they're going on that trend of of being like really cashless and being in IT, being commerce, all that stuff. So if you're able to increase your salary up to like 2,000, you'll do really well. Um, but like you said, it is an expensive society, and the thing that makes it expensive is the food, man. Oh my God, like it's the food. Like you see something small, like for a simple lunch, and before you know, you spend like 70, $80. It's like wow. So yeah, you should increase your salary a little bit. Yeah.
All
Monte,
right.
um, can you reach out to me on IG, bro? It's good to have another IT brother in this space. Just want to speak to you about your travels and, of course, your IT. Is that okay with you, bro? Yeah?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's. I'll get to that. And then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you DM me on IG, bro, and let's speak, bro, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Monte. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you,
All
bro.
right. Thanks for the answer.
And no worries, bro. And nice to meet you, Monte. If
Thank
you're
you.
new, welcome to the movement, brother, okay?
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, bro. I'll speak to you soon. Shout out to Mr. Roll Harris. Hold on. KBB 3055. Can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? Thank you, bro. You are a brother. Thank you, bro. Stay on there. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Shout out to Mr. Roll Harris for the $10 super chat. Great chat, great chat, IP. Thank you, Roll Harris. Appreciate you, bro. When is a good time to visit Sweden? Good question. What do you think, Mo?
I would say June to August, but I think yeah, June to August, but I think July is like the peak. June to August because it's beautiful. Oh my God, man. But me personally, I'm one of those people. I don't care about what the weather. Only when when I was visiting like South American countries or Australia, I care because it can get really hot. But like in these Scandinavian countries, honestly speaking, like anytime, except that when you visit, like for example, towards the winter, it kind of gets really dark and it kind of gets boring. But if you're there for the fun, you'll be fine. You will be fine. And me personally, I like it when the sunset goes when the sun sets like quickly. So, but in terms of weather and all that stuff, um, best time is between June and September. So I would say end of June, first week of July, you got a good thing for yourself.
Fantastic. Great question there, Roll Harrison. Great answer there, Mo. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. King Silver for the $19.99 super chat. Thank you, King Silver, for the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you, bro. Diamond, 100%. This is really bittersweet. Salute to this man for dropping crazy diamonds. Yes, salute to Mo for giving us the hardcore truth about Swedish women and Swedish culture. Like I told you, brothers, on my channel, I do not cap whatsoever. I give it to you real, raw, and unfiltered. Okay. Thank you, Mo, and thank you, Kicksilver, for the support. Brothers, feel free to send in more support. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Let me bring in Mr. KBB 3055. What's going on, KBB?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, bro. How are you?
Good. How about you guys?
I'm
Good,
doing
thank you.
fantastic, bro.
Man, man, it's an honor to be on here, man. I've been watching your channel for so long, and I was like, yeah, man, I gotta catch one of your shows. Every time I'm trying to catch them, I'm always like, it's always at either after the show ended or I even like notify it and everything, and I always like, but I'm always catching up on it. I'm a diamond member on your Patreon.
Yo,
Isn't
thank you, bro.
isn't that the whatever the highest one, the 2019, whatever it is? I
Mhm.
think that's like the highest one. A little bit about myself. I'm a support engineer. Technically a network engineer, but my title is a support engineer. I make 60K a year. Um, so the thing about it is that I do plan to live abroad, and I'm really thankful for your channel IP. Like I really want to point that out, and everybody that supports it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this stuff, like I'm glad I discovered it at the time that I did, because I could have been caught up in a marriage in America, got divorced, raped, so many things could have happened. So I'm glad I really want to I really came on to really express that to you, because it's my first time ever being on one of your lives.
Thank you, bro. And be careful, be mindful of the words, bro. So instead of using RAP, spell it out or just say great, just so YouTube won't come after the movement. But welcome aboard, KBB. Thank you, bro. Do you have any questions for our guest, KBB, regarding Swedish woman?
Yeah, I know that you really answered it during the stream. When I was gonna ask about height, because I'm 5'8", so that's why I wanted to see like what's it really like out there for guys, like, because I know what you're saying, like if they're taller than you they won't give you a chance, but some places I tend like to see that the taller girls tend to like shorter guys sometimes. Maybe that's an
Mhm.
American thing. I don't know if that's like that overseas, but like I wanted you to like elaborate on that a little bit more.
Mhm. Yeah. So, like I said, the first thing as a guy, if you're like, let's say under 5'10", because I met a lot of the women. They told me, they said, listen, we were like, one of the women, she told me she's sorry, but she can't, like, she physically can't do it. I was like, okay, I'm not judging you, go ahead. But I would say if you're like under five, like if you're 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", first thing I would say is make sure you have an attitude that you would have if, let's say, you were 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". See, the more a person is taller, the more they become, the more unapologetic, because they're like, I'm tall. I know I'm like the genetic anomaly. Even you're a genetic anomaly, because most people, they're like 5'7", so you're still above average. Um, but no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And you said you're an engineer, so like I think engineers in Canadian dollars is like maybe they would make like maybe $5,000 a month in Sweden.
Yeah.
Um, so like that's really good. So like that's pretty good.
Oh, oh yeah, I'm definitely moving up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just started out with it, but
yeah.
eventually by next year I'm trying to be a senior network engineer.
Nice.
I'm Cisco certified. I have my CCNP, so I'm trying to work towards
Oh,
my CCIE
good
to
job.
become. Yeah, oh, thank you guys, appreciate it, man. You know, I had a little bit luck when it came to IT, so I kind of got my way around. I got into that's and the thing about it, IP, is that I was actually like, wow, I discovered you so late. Like I would have got into the IT program that you do, but since I'm already in it, I guess I could get like extra advice from it. I was gonna send you an email about that and stuff.
Yeah,
But
please do.
thank you for that. Thank you for that advice though. Like, you know, I understand like being a guy my height, you know what I'm saying? I understand you got to carry yourself a certain way, but like you
Hmm.
said, some women just can't do it, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I'm not really wasting my time. I got a buddy who's like 6'1", and he's interested in traveling too. He's gonna be like one of my travel bros.
Mm.
And I told him, dude, I'm sure you're not gonna have an issue being 6'1".
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure you two, you will not have a problem. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't want you to have like a pessimistic mindset. Just go there, talk to the women. And I'm telling a lot of the women too. Like, I met a lot of women that were like 5'8", 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a chick who's like 5'9", if she goes out with you and she's maybe like wearing high heels, like maybe that might be an issue. But generally speaking, you will still talk to women. And since you're an engineer, women will love that. I'm telling you. There, it's a country of hard work and professionalism. There's a lot of people with careers. So if they see somebody, a brother who comes and has a career and he's like well to do and he's dressed properly,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Now, if somebody's 5'4", that is a different issue. Like, I
Yeah.
cannot give them an answer. I have to give them the sad reality. Like, I'm sorry, you're short. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, bro, you know,
Ah,
these are harsh realities. But as a man, you understand the reality of Earth, and then you adjust
mm,
according to it. You know,
Right, right, right.
make sure you're fit. Make sure you're good. And also don't do what some guys do. Right? One of my cousins, my cousin, he's 5'7", And a few years ago, he decided to go to Finland, and he did the cardinal mistake. He had these shoes which had really high heels, and he was walking around. People thought he was 6, and then when he took them off, and a bunch of girls got repulsed by that. They're like, "Dude, you're only 5'4". What are you doing? Why are you pretending to be something you're not? You know?"
Yeah,
But you never know. You never know, brother. You might go to Sweden. Women that like are thirsty for black guys. They be like, "Oh, my short black king" or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you'll be
that'll be
fine, brother.
something.
And congratulations. I wish I was an engineer. I really wish I was an engineer, but I got into dentistry and I regret it because, man, people's mouth be stinking, and I gotta work on mouths all my life. But
Oh man.
I do want to get into IT or coding or computer science, but I'm not sure how to start. You know. So
Reach out to me,
in the
bro.
coming days, I will send IP a message, and he like IP. You should give me like a blueprint or what to do, what certifications I need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, IT is really like a broad field, you know, like it depends on like, are you
Yeah.
more like the manager type, or
Sorry,
do you
bro.
like to be by yourself?
Sorry, bro.
Mm.
Let's discuss IT stuff after the stream, bro.
Later.
Obviously,
Okay.
speaking on
Okay.
the Swedish thing.
Okay.
But yeah, reach
Sorry
out
about
to
that.
me directly, Mo, to speak about IT. You too, KBB, if you want other IT advice. And brothers watching this live stream chat, I offer one-to-one IT consultations via the Patreon Diamond tier. So if you want to get into IT, get some IT advice or consultations, join the Patreon Diamond tier and let's have that discussion. IT is the best profession for brothers to remote work worldwide, travel the world and meet dying beautiful women. You are not locked in a particular location. Your skills are transferable anywhere around the world because every company will use the same technologies. You ain't got to do a degree. You ain't got to do none of that stuff, man. So reach out to me on
All
the
right.
Patreon diamond tier. So
All
any
right.
more questions about Swedish women, KBB?
My last question is, so I know you're the brother that was in not
Iceland.
Iceland. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you had to choose between Iceland and Sweden, what would it be?
In terms of what? The beauty of the country. In terms of what?
The women. I mean, obviously there's feminists in both, but
Yeah.
which country has the more feminine women? Because it seems like, to me, it seems like you like Iceland more, in my opinion. Because
Yes.
I've watched both streams.
Yeah, I loved Iceland more because they were literally like I loved Iceland more because it boosted my ego. Um, I'll be honest, like I can't lie, but I'm gonna say if I was foolish and I had to marry a woman from Iceland or I had to marry a woman from Sweden, I would definitely marry a woman from Sweden. There is no way I'm gonna marry a woman from Iceland. Absolutely not. Like,
Okay.
yo, Swedish women are for the streets. Icelandic women are for intergalactic streets, bro. Out of planet. It's not
Super
even a
thoughts.
joke. Yo, yes, yo, it's not even a joke. Like, yo, man, yo, like, when I'm getting, like, you see these girls who are like 21, 19 years old with like 600,000 snap points, and they're like, I'll be on Snapchat. They're always snapping like nude photos and like explicit stuff. And again, Iceland is a small, like Reykjavik, like the city where I went, it's really small. Like, you can literally you can go through the whole downtown in like 20 minutes, right? And then you just go see the Black Lagoon, do the spas, see some beautiful geysers, see the nice geothermic water, blah, blah, heat, geothermic pools or whatever. And then you're done. 300,000 population, 350,000 population. Everybody's sleeping with everybody, right?
Whoa.
So that's why calamity is an issue over there. So, but in terms of the which of the two is more beautiful, Iceland. Which of the women love brothers more, Iceland. Um, but overall, if I had to choose, bigger downtown, much more lively, because if it's too small, you kind of get bored, and I know I would get bored in Iceland. I would choose Sweden, but I did like Iceland more purely because the women loved me more there. You know, like the day I dropped in the plane, like I was getting like four
Yeah,
numbers.
I know.
So
I know the story about the woman, the
air
chlamydia
hostess.
attendant,
Yeah,
flight attendant. Yeah,
exactly. Guys, go to the Patreon, man. It's crazy.
yeah. My last thing would be, so other guys can get in and stuff. My last thing would be like, a lot of guys tend to speak about, how easy it is to access the women, and I want to know, like,
Mhm.
is it like when you walk out, when you land in the country, you get to your Airbnb, you're like, okay, tonight I'm gonna go to one of the popular bars. Is it that easy? Like, is it like you could just walk to the store, try to grab a snack, and women will try to approach you? Or is it something like where if you know some of the social circles over there, they'll be like, hey man, I like you. Here are some of the girls that we know and stuff like that. Is it more like
Mhm.
that where you have to like know certain circles? Or it's like you could be a completely random guy, dress well, take care of yourself, you're walking out just like you would in America or in Canada, and women just want to talk to you. Like they're eager to talk to you. Like it doesn't feel
Mhm.
forced. It doesn't feel like you're about to get uh, called for blasphemy as soon as you even breathe on them type thing.
It's the former. So it's the what you said, or the first one, which means you just have to dress properly. And like that's what I did. Like when I was in Sweden, like I came, I dropped my bag, I'm on my luggage. I spoke to the Airbnb host. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna the next day, slept, relax. The next day, enter grocery store. Boom, got a phone number. Right, it's that
Wow.
easy. And there was a bar that was, same thing with in Malmo, especially Malmo. Like I arrived in Malmo around like 6 p.m. and I was in the club around like seven, no, around like 7:45. Um, and boom, like it was that easy. It was literally that easy. So I was saying in the stream, before the questions, I said like if a person cannot kill it in these Scandinavian countries, you have to reevaluate what you're doing wrong. Don't come off as
Mm-hmm.
social awkward. Be on your purpose. No, yeah, like just be.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing is you don't have to do 10,000 stuff and read 100,000 books just to get a woman's attention, like you have to do in the United
Yeah.
States. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's so
Mm-hmm.
frustrating. Um, the women in the West have so much arrogance, extreme
Right.
arrogance. A lot of the women here, they're to be honest, they're much more chiller. They're much more calmer. So like in Sweden, you'll be fine. Like you just even with the brother who did the stream in Copenhagen, he like the first day, like he dropped into the country and he was like literally getting digits. So it's yeah, it's that simple. It's that easy. It's that easy. Sometimes it gets a bit too easy. You're like, oh my god, these
It's too
people, these
many.
women are. It's really easy.
So,
It's like
sorry, bro.
you know, yeah.
So, brothers, I've got 5 more minutes left
Oh
in
yeah.
this
Oh,
live stream. So, call in, brothers. You got 5 minutes. If not, please cash up and super chat your questions. If not, you got 5 minutes to hit the cash app, hit the super chats to support the stream, the movement. That'd be greatly appreciated. Any donation is greatly appreciated for this movement and channel to appreciate the hard work I provide for you, brothers. So, 5 more minutes, brothers. Carry on, KB. Is that all your questions, brother?
I mean, for the most part, I just wanted to. I mean, the only thing more I could really ask is like the activities there. Like, is there like amusement parks? Like let's say you wanted to take a girl out, do something nice. Like you, not that you're trying to be simping on all that. Like you just you're gonna go out. Maybe you're gonna do VR. Maybe you're gonna go karting. Like what type of um entertainment stuff do they have in town? Like in Stockholm? I don't know if I
Yeah, they have a lot of things. They have a few amusement parks. I went to this place. It's called the Astrid World something. I went there. It was really cool. They have a few a lot of really nice tours. So archipelago tours. You can take a lady there. They have a water park. They have even a nice. They have a nice water park. There's even a train, like a theme park. I think. There's a lot of things you can do. Like, yeah, if you're taking a girl out, you'll be fine. But also, I notice a lot of people they like to socialize over coffee. So you don't even have to
Mm,
even try too hard. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to take you to a park. I'm going to take you to a movie. I'm going to take you this. No, 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 no. You can take a girl out. You can literally have a coffee because they love their coffee. They love sitting down and just talking, right? You see a
Mm.
lot of areas where you're walking downtown, people are just sitting and talking. Or you see people in the main square. They're just in the city center. Like it's called small din or something like that. I don't remember. And you see just random people just sitting down and talking, just sitting down. And that's what I appreciate about them. They're very like in tune with nature and like sitting down and just chatting and talking. Because during the week they're working, like trying to make that money. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So,
Hustling.
that's they're hard working. A lot of these countries, all the way up to Czech Republic, all these countries they're very hardworking. They
Okay.
work hard. Yeah,
Thank you, bro.
thank you.
Chris Banks, can you turn your camera on in the background for a couple of seconds so I know you're not a troll? It's all blacked out, bro. You got 4 minutes. in this stream, bro. So let's get you in. But I need to know you're not a troll and you actually are a brother. This is a brothers only movement, so we need to make sure you're a brother, bro. Chris. So fix that, Chris, and we're gonna carry on. Any more questions, KBB?
Nah, that's it. That's it for tonight, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Appreciate you, KBB. Thank you, bro, for the great questions. Much appreciated, bro. Chris Banks, can you? It's all blacked out, bro. It's all black, bro.
Are you gonna back me out, or can I like sit on the stream?
Yeah, you can see on the stream, bro.
Okay, cool. I'll just go.
Okay, awesome. So, brothers, this has been a great live stream. Mr. Mo, I want to say thank you, bro, for the intel you gave. Of course, we'll definitely get back on the channel again and again. I want to say a huge thank you to you directly for the past 2 streams, Iceland, Sweden, back-to-back classics, and the Patreon intel as well. Brothers, please join the Patreon to get that exclusive X-rated intel on Iceland women and Swedish women. Do you have anything you want to say lastly, Mo, regarding Sweden or anything else, bro?
No, thank you very much, because I know we're a little on time, and I'm going to be listening to your next stream. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you for all the brothers. Guys, like the video, subscribe, put a comment, share this to your other brothers to escape the matrix. Guys, get your money right, get your fitness right, get your mind right, explore the world. There's a lot of beautiful women. People will like you, regardless of everything we said. Guys, this should be a boost for you. And also, it doesn't matter whether you're 5'2", 5'3", up to 6'9". Guys, make sure you get your mind right. Make sure you boost your confidence, okay? You don't have to stay in Canada. You don't have to stay in the US. Even if you live in Canada and the US, try to travel, let's say, 2 or 3 times a year to see that, listen, there's a big world out there, okay? The world is small, but at the same time, it's big. The world is huge. There's a lot of places you can go. There's a lot of things you can do. And also with IT, you can work anywhere you want in the world. You can be in a ghetto city somewhere in the world, and you'll be making money, and women will love you. It's the truth. It's the truth, right? You can be in the slums of India, and you'll be making $100,000, and you'll be fine. So guys, don't, there's more to, I know there's brothers that are listening. They're stuck. They're like, oh my God, I'm in New York, and I'm dealing with masculine women, or I'm in Toronto, and I'm dealing with repulsive women, and guys, move around. You will be fine. You'll be fine. And this community of IT, of IP, he's here to guide us, to help us. And he's bringing guests. I consider myself just a humble, guest. But he's bringing high-value males, high-value brothers who are giving their experiences around the world, who are giving you tips how to make money, how to invest in real estate, how to invest in crypto, and on his Discord, all this stuff. So you guys, please take the opportunity, like the video, comment, subscribe. Please listen to the Patreon exclusive. I think if you guys, because a lot of the guys, they think with their little head. So if you guys really want confirmation, just listen to the Patreon, and you guys will see how crazy it is. And then you guys will be fine. You guys will grow from there. Anyways, thank you so much, and I wish you guys all a good night. Well, here in Canada, it's nighttime, so I wish you guys a good night. We'll be back, bro. I guess I'll be back to listen to your next stream.
Yes, thank you, Mo. Appreciate the kind words, bro. Thank you to everyone who cashed out tonight. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thanks to those who liked the video. If there's still time to like the video, there's still time to subscribe to this channel. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And when you do subscribe, even with my current subscribers, make sure you press the notification bell to always, so you never miss a live stream, upload, or post from me. So brothers, I want to, hopefully brothers, all of you join my next stream in 10 minutes where I'll be interviewing a Korean girlfriend. So I'll be interviewing a black man with his Korean girlfriend in South Korea. That's happening in 10 minutes. So get some water, get some food. This is going to be a classic live stream in 10 minutes. And I can't wait, brothers, okay? So thank you, brothers. And I'll see you, brothers, in my next live stream in 10 minutes. John Thomas, hopefully you can make it there to the next live stream, bro. I need my mods there. Thomas, John Thomas, I need you in that Korean girlfriend live stream ASAP, okay? Please, brothers, okay? It's going to be a classic live stream. And there may be trolls, so I need my mods to be on those trolls heavy. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, KBB. Thank you to everyone who called in. And I'll see you, brothers, in 10 minutes. Thank you, brothers. Take it easy, brothers. Thank you, bros.